Hello, all of you adventuring beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Starlight New Dawn, Chapter 2, Episode 13, Oran Grove, The Scarlet Mystery, Part 8. We shall begin, as we usually do, with introductions, beginning with Taldarius.
Hello, I am Taldarius, and I will be the storyteller for Starlight New Dawn tonight. I will be playing the allies, I will be playing the enemies, and I'll be playing everything in between. And the question for tonight is I want to ask you why everyone's characters is staying with the group. What is your in-character reason for staying with the group?
Well, starts with Argus.
Yep, Amos is MIA today, fortunately.
Hi, I'm Aurum, and I play Argus, the scaredy cat temperamental tyrant. And, he woke up with them. They are the people he has known the longest, and they haven't tried to kill him. So they're the only people he can trust.
Also, here is Taldarius' art because I forgot to bring it up. Ba-boom. And off to Azurith.
Greetings all, I am Arzadeu, and I play the jolly jangmo-o Azurith, also off-colored. To answer the question of why is he staying with the group? Well, besides what they did at the start of the boat, that was like a nice bonding experience, they all ran away from Starlight together from Alabaster Gleam. He considers them a bit like family, like a tribe that shouldn't be separated.
Dart.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Seda, and I play Dirt the Steel Ground Rockruff. For very similar reasons to the rest of the others, but Dart sees the group as the best means for him to get answers. They all share similar circumstances. They work well together, and staying together is the best way to stay alive, so he can finally get some answers.
I am Zim, and I am playing as Jet, the Ghost Electric type rockruff. Well, right now, his reason for staying with the group is he's kind of got nowhere else to go, so off to Jolene.
Hello, I am Colada. I play the somewhat temperamental and somewhat potentially motherly, potentially just concerned about the well-being of these potentially insane mons. Her main reason for staying is that she has had so far a not necessarily trial of sorts, but a experience and adventure so far with this particular group. Some of them being new, some of them being old, but they've went through quite a lot, and she has learned that, at least for the moment, she feels they are some of the few people she can trust, and might need some extra help in keeping themselves alive. And also she's wanting to learn from Doc, who is traveling with the group.
And last but not least, Vector.
Hello, my name is Avi. I play as Vector, the water-flying rockruff, or to say docile rockruff. And well, Vector. Well, Vector's also, well, I guess due to recent events, kind of a bit of a lost puppy, but it, but he sees a lot of good in the group, and it is something that he really admires and something that he really loves, and would like to always stick to a group that are all good heckin' Pokemon, and I always want to be there to be there to help out and also just to learn and and maybe just experience new things and and also just take it as it is.
Can we keep him?
I mean, it would be rude to not keep him. He's like part of the family now.
He's our
Alright.
pet dog.
What's a dog?
And now we'll go ahead and
What's
get started with the recap. Go ahead, Dart.
Abby.
Oh, Abby, go for it.
Oh. Okay. Last time on Starlight, New Dawn, after a victorious game of playing Bipen was able to win against the weapon, and we were then able to successfully walk towards back to town. And let me see right here. Just want to be sure. Okay, and yes, and so thus the group decided it was best to make essentially to make our way to find Gregory's mother in Alabaster's Gleam's camp. After learning and talking with Bipen and getting maybe some answers from them, we all decided to make haste to the camp, and thus we all went aboard on Bipen's express by climbing on top of him and speeding our way down to the camp as fast as possible. As we finally reached our destination, Bipen was able to distract some of the purple robes while we were Jolene, Dart, Jet, and Argus, and of course I, to sneak into the camp and search for Gregory's mother, and we were able to find them. And entering upon the tent, we encountered one of Alabaster's Gleam's members talking to Gregory's mother, and thus we have a very tense conversation while be able to quietly and albeit maybe awkwardly sneaking them out during that tense conversation. And also that Dart got mad, very mad, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully I'm not missing anything.
I wasn't mad, Vector. I was getting serious.
Serious.
Oh wait,
Serious
was it
pellet shot.
sorry, Dart.
Argus got mad.
a lot of very angry.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just, first of all, brilliant recap. Secondly, I'm like, I would just love to do one of these recaps where we're just having a conversation in character, and you just like get to that point, and then you just have Argus jump in. I got angry.
See, we took Argus, the little baby tyrunt, and we drew angry eyebrows on him.
That is adorable. Also, where'd you get that, like, black stuff? It's like, is it permanent stuck? Reminds me of something.
Smells weird.
Inhale, exhale. Inhale.
Are you all okay?
I'm trying to stop dying because that took me off guard. So badly, I don't think my laughter even went through.
God, we're off to a good start. I love you
Yeah,
guys.
great start, everyone. Great start.
This is silly.
All right.
No,
Uh,
this is Oran Grove. It would be Sparta, but Sparta doesn't exist.
What's Sparta?
I think it's some kind of
Right.
drink.
Huh?
A Sparta berry.
Yeah, anyway.
all right. Given where we had left off last time, I think that it is most prudent to do a little bit of a timeline cutback and a refocus on what Vector was doing with Miss Shimmers. After all, you got her to go outside for a talk, but how are you gonna get her to go away with you?
I mean, oh, uh, I mean, I'm still doing the puppy eyes, right?
Yeah, that's how you got her to go outside. But how are
okay.
you gonna get her to leave camp with you?
I kind of like kind of like point a paw towards where we entered camp and mention, um, are are you are you Gregory's mother?
Yes.
Well, you see, and I kind of like open up the bag and show her the the bag full of snowberries. We were able to get the snowberries, but we really need to get you back to the town. The town really needs to be made here, and they're getting sicker.
Well, why would you need snowberries?
Well, you see, snowberries are the like well, and the Vector's like kind of like and he's like kind of like kind of like like trying to remain calm. It's like, well, you see, the the snowberries are the cure for the sickness, and uh, uh, actually, I do know to ask as well. Like, does Vector know about the poisoning? I feel like I should have been. I believe I was with the group with that, right? With that
I
discussion.
believe that's something that Bipen
Yeah.
was talking about.
Oh yes. You see, Bipen's here, and Bipen's awake, and we need to have. And apparently, it was this snowberry that cured him. And what we really need is that we really need you to help make cures with these.
Oh. That's strange. I don't know why a snowberry would have helped with a sickness.
Well, I guess it's not really a sickness. It's more or less poisoned, really.
Wait, there's poison?
Yeah, apparently the quote unquote sickness, per se, is not really a sickness. It's more poisoned. Or I should say a poison. And apparently, we found out that it wasn't really wasn't really wherever the director's like I, again, like, I'm sorry. I it's very hard for me to explain, but essentially Gregory's at the also at the was with the townsfolk, correct? If I recall.
Yeah, you
Yes.
left him back at the town.
Yes. You see, Gregory's waiting for you, and we really, really do need you to go back to the town with us as soon as possible.
Well, if nothing else, I think it's probably best if I talk to Bipen about it. If Bipen is awake.
Yes, absolutely. We actually, that's how we got here, because of Bipen. Come on. It's like Vector just like, I was like, please, just, if you could just follow me, I could take you to Bipen right now.
All right. Go ahead and roll me just whichever, what's the word for it? Social attribute. Sorry, I was just blanking on the term. Go ahead and roll me whatever social attribute you want, and then contest and either etiquette or allure, depending on whichever one.
Contest. Okay, so that is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no.
All right. Well, thankfully, due to your roleplay, it made it so that you literally just needed to get a success. She seems rather confused about the whole situation, especially given the fact that, she's been fed deliberate misinformation about the whole thing for a few weeks now. But, if nothing else, she does want to go see Bipen, and you say that you came here with him, so if nothing else, it's her best lead on going and talking to someone who she thinks can actually tell her what's going on. So yeah, Miss Shimmers is gonna go ahead and follow you.
Yep, and I am essentially pretty much, I'm just gonna be retracing, essentially making our way back to where Bipen is and Azurith is.
Azurith is
All right,
outside
well,
the camp.
Yeah, Bipen is still talking with the denizens of the camp, mostly to a group of enraptured white robes who just seem very glad that Bipen is there in general, and a bunch of increasingly annoyed-looking purple robes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, just to be clear, yeah, I'm going to Bipen, taking Gregory's mother to Bipen.
Oh no. But the purple robes and the white robes are there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm.
if he doesn't take her to Bipen, then there's going to be problems there too. So
Probably the least problem, because who's gonna bap a Bipen?
I mean, Bipen's huge.
yeah, your choices are get her more suspicious not going to Bipen, or go to Bipen, where people are less likely to try and cause too much of a fuss in front of the people they are trying to convince that they are the good guys and helping them.
Considering that we are, considering that, the vast majority of those with Alabaster Gleam here are locals, and they know Bipen, yeah, my money is with helping Bipen first. Or getting to Bipen.
Yeah,
They attack
I don't
him,
want.
they're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, and also that, like, yeah, Bipen's a good bean. It's better to get things cleared up as soon as we can. So, hop to Bipen.
All right. As you approach Bipen's, effectively, it's like a half circle of various townsfolk, like, surrounding him, with some annoyed-looking purple robes interspersed throughout the crowd. And it seems like he's midway through one of his rambling stories. And generally speaking, the white robes seem to be absolutely eating it up.
Is it possible to kind of like it like they're kind of, if they're really focused, can we try to sneak over to Pippin with Gregory's mother?
Well, everyone's looking at Bipen. Like he is the literal center of attention.
Oh.
You could definitely probably get really close without people noticing.
You get close, get his attention.
Yeah, I would say try to see how close I can get, and then try to maybe like wave a paw or just kind of like poke my head out just to like underneath just to get Pippin's attention.
All right, are you trying to do this in like the sneakiest way you can think of?
I don't want to draw a crowd. I mean, until we get close. So yeah.
All right. For this one, just in order to see how to do it the best, go ahead and roll me an insight, survival, stealth.
Insight, survival.
All right. You realize that if you cut your way through a couple of tent alleys, you could actually end up approaching the congregation from the back of the semicircle, and hopefully Bipen would be able to see you, but the crowd who's looking at Bipen would have a lot harder of a time because you'd be behind them.
Oh. So essentially, Bipen would be having a hard time seeing me. Is that correct? Or
No, so
I mean, yeah.
you could. So imagine. Have you ever seen an amphitheater?
Amphitheater. Oh yeah.
So you know how there's like the stage, and then it's like the crowd watches in like half circles.
Right.
It's not on like a raised platform or anything, but Bipen is large.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of the thing that's going on, where Bipen is the literal like center of it, and then like they've sort of like formed like a half circle around
like a crowd
Bipen,
in front, right?
like a crowd, yeah. So you could show up at the back of the crowd where their attention would be facing away from you, but Bipen would be looking in your direction. You think that that would probably be the easiest way to get Bipen's attention without like making a scene.
Oh yes. So like I would also say as well, like, do I have to like, would I have to like, essentially there's no like gaps or anything like that. It's just kind of like it's just like a literal crowd, just no gaps, just a crowd, right?
Mixing together the white robes and the purple robes, you probably got between 30 to 40 people here right now that are crowding around a single person.
Gotcha.
So it's not like a large crowd, but it's fairly dense.
It's fairly dense. I kind of like I turn my head back towards Gregory's mother, and it's just like, okay, Pippin should be like on the other side there, but. And I kind of like look at the crowd. Okay. I hope you're not. I really hope that you're not too uncomfortable with a crowded space here. But Pippin should be right across here. So we're gonna have to try to make our way through. And I'm just gonna kind of like wanting to like kind of guide her through Bipen, but again try to avoid drawing too much attention.
Just to, because I don't know if you heard this part of my explanation, because it was a little bit long.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah.
Like, you could probably you think that like if you did something like behind them, you feel like you could probably draw his attention without it being like noticeable by the crowd.
Oh, okay.
So like you could because he's taller than the crowd is. so he can literally see over it.
Oh, he can. Oh, okay. Okay. Can I like try? Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry. I didn't. Sorry.
Yeah.
I may have.
That's why I
may have
mentioned
entered
that
it
Bipen was tall. That's why I mentioned that Bipen was tall. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. So can I like do like a little like a I wanted like a big jump of like little like wave, it kind of like point at like just like a little ball
Something in
wave to Pippin. I'm just like
All right,
kind of like
just a little attention catch.
yeah, and maybe just like mouth kind of like, but not like yelling, but like mouthing that like, or just like I found her.
All right,
So is
because you're
this
trying to
where-
do a. Okay.
Is this where Vector discovers he can fly because he's trying to jump up and get Bippin's attention, and
Oh,
instead he
no.
just starts going up and up and up?
I would have a sound clip to play for this. However, I cannot play soundboard.
Vector accidentally does an Ant Marge.
Just I
Oh
must
no!
go.
Instead
I
of
must-
accidentally blowing up his ant, he accidentally blew up himself.
I
Yeah.
must go.
Okay.
If people need me.
Your people need you down here.
It's just T-pose up.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Let's see how well you do this though. Go ahead and roll me a special contest perform.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let's
No.
let's see how this goes.
Worst that could happen.
That's only 3.
All right. It's not the most graceful attempt you've ever had in your life, but you do a little hop, getting a little bit more air than you were expecting, but that's perfectly fine because you didn't exactly jump up even above the tent. It's just a little bit of a better hop than you were really expecting. But you do see that that it does catch Bippin's eye because, you know, the backdrop of where he has a bunch of people paying attention suddenly has a familiar looking variant rockruff doing a good little airbud hop.
Gotta shoot some hoops.
Yeah.
the look at me, look at me.
Do I notice that?
You would definitely see like Bippin turn his head like very slightly to see you doing your hop in the air.
The turtle sees a snack.
I guess it's like I guess I try I just kind of like, and then hopefully you can still see me just like
Yeah.
do the wave paw at just like ta-da, I got her.
Yeah. For her part, Miss Shimmers is looking like a little bit confused at you. And by a little bit, I do mean like a fair bit.
It's like I kind of quickly turned on. I'm so sorry, Gertrude's mother. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get his attention here, but and, like Hector's a little worried at the like looking at some of the purple robes and kind of like I really don't want to have that same conversation or encounter that we had in the tent. So please again excuse me about this. And again I try to I kind of like see if there's like any cues that Bipen, is there any cues that Bipen is trying to give, or does like
Yeah. Bippin, because like you were the one trying to get his attention, it seems like for now he's looking to see if you're leaning one way or another. Although if you don't like try and give him a sign, then he'll give you one back. So I just want to ask if you're gonna try to communicate to Bippin first,
Yeah.
or if you're just gonna wait.
essentially I'm gonna kind of like do a little like I think it's time for us to go, kind of like kind of wave over, just so I can like actually like talk to him, but there's a big crowd. kind of way. So I'm just kind of like maybe asking him like, hey, do you want to go I guess it's more like I'm trying to like cue Bipen to like make try to come towards me, I guess, to
Alright.
actually like talk to Gregory's mother.
All right. In that case, he'll do a tiny little nod at a sufficiently reasonable part in this story, as if he's just confirming something to himself. But he's looking at you while he's doing it, and he's going to slowly wind down the conversation, and give the excuse that he's going to go ahead and look around the camp, see what sort of things are here and what he could help with for the recovery of this horrible plague. Which the purple robes, again, do not seem enthused about any of this, but also just due to how excited the white robes seem to be that Bipen is here to help, they probably can't do anything about it. So the crowd will ever so slowly disperse. And go ahead and roll me an insight survival alert.
Survival alert.
All right. It's a little bit hard to make out any sort of specifics, although you do see that once the crowd starts to mill around and disperse, some of the purple robes are talking to each other. It's really hard to tell exactly what, especially considering that there seems to be a lot of excited chattering going on now that the Bipen story hour appears to be over. But you also realize that while you are over at the tents are probably where they're going to be heading to next, now that there's, no exact emergency for them to keep their eyes on.
Oh. I guess what I might do here is, I guess I kind of gesture to Bipen, maybe to move away from to meet, maybe just hey, let's go, essentially to talk maybe outside of the camp, just somewhere not too close to our position, or essentially just a little bit to kind of give ourselves a little bit of our I guess space away from the tents.
All right. So you're motioning to the outer side of the
Right.
Alabaster Gleam encampment towards the woods and all that.
Right.
All right. He's going to finish up talking to the handful of white robes that were still around, mostly just commenting on how glad they were that Bipen was back. And he's gonna, and you hear him make a mention to one of them that there's no need for a tour or anything of the sort. In fact, I'm gonna go look and see how large this place really even is. This wasn't here when I left, when I got sick, so might as well stretch my legs a little.
Mm-hmm. And then essentially, I guess I'm kind of slowly follow kind of with Gregory's mom as well to kind of meet up.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you still trying to be stealthy about it, or are you just gonna be yes, there's a crowd dispersing, it's not gonna be too weird to, be walking around?
I mean, I guess trying to blend in, but yeah, I guess it's. I mean, it. I mean, I guess it should be fine. Kind of like since everyone's dispersing, hopefully just trying to avoid avoid as many purple robes as whenever I can. But
Okay, okay. While you make your exit from the little encampment, you think that thanks to the crowd and the fact that a bunch of people are going all in different directions, that you doubt anyone took notice of you or Miss Shimmers exiting the encampment. And after a short little while, Bipen appears, thankfully alone.
so I kind of give like a sigh of release, like, ah, all right. So I kind of like, oh, and I apologize, ma'am. Sorry, I apologize. What was your? I don't think I ever caught your name. And I'm like
Oh,
talking
you
to,
may
yeah. Sorry.
you may address me as Miss Shimmers. Everyone does.
Oh, yes. So, Mr. Shimmers, so just as promised, here is our one and only Bipen, and I had to do a little like, ta-da, do little ta-da
You do you
pose.
do you do the same motion you kind of did towards Miss Shivers when you showed her to Bippen,
Yes.
and now you're just
I,
doing the motion to Bippen.
There is an
I
air of sparkle between his paws.
I do apologize for the and like there's like kind of like find the word for it. Just like I'm sorry. I'm new to this. And then as Vector is just like kind of like scratching his back of his ear in slight embarrassment. But yes, Pippin, we were able to we looks like we were able to get Miss Pippin out of, well, hopefully a little bit away from
Miss Bippen?
Miss
Oh dear, I see you're shipping them.
Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry, Miss.
I wondered how long it was going to take you to catch that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just like, I can't. I like there's just just falling in embarrassment. It's like, anyways, we needed to take her back as soon as possible. Just
We love you, Vector. Never change.
So, did young Vector here happen to tell you what was going on, or were you just led my way? And Miss Shivers is gonna look over at Vector and give him like a little bit of a little bit of like an appraising glance, and then go, well, he certainly tried to explain things. I think that I'd appreciate a bit more detailed answer, though. It appears that she's not really going to be taking the hastily put together and rambling explanation you tried to give her.
fair though. That's fair.
Although I do hope you do something about his well, he seems a little bit anxious. Anyways, I was informed something about snowberries and a poison? Yes. The scarlet fever is rather inappropriately named, unfortunately. It exhibits a lot of the signs of a fever, which is where it got its name, but it is actually made from what I thought was a forgotten poison. I personally haven't seen it in a very, very, very long time. And unfortunately, from what it seems, the would-be helpers of Alabaster Gleam are the ones spreading it around. And at this, Miss Shimmers is going to look rather shocked. After all, she'd spent weeks helping out this group, making potions, tinctures, the like. She was ordering and purchasing things like yarrow, and in order to treat fever, but in reality, it appears that it was a poison all along. So not only was she effectively unable to help, she was also believing the people that caused it, which seems to take a rather harsh toll on her mood. But why would they poison an entire town and spend weeks pretending to fix it? This doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's the thing, that they want to be seen that they're being helped, but they're, and Victor just kind of like looks down. Well, they're not really who they say they are, and it like, well, they also just been from what I've been from while I've been here. Well, they've been doing a lot to, well, essentially just make the, the all the the and the Vector just like kind of just essentially there's just been, well, making us look like we're the bad guys, and and kind of like Vector just kind of looks towards the kind of like the general direction where the other group is. Oh, that's essentially it's been causing a lot of trouble for us, or in order to help the town, and we just wanted to help, but and it's sorry, it's just been a lot. And Vector just kind of looks down and down to the ground a little bit. It's just, but it's been really hard because the towns thinks that we're the ones hurting them, when it's actually them.
Miss Shimmers at that seems very, very deep in thought for a few moments before her attitude of like confusion, slight despondence, and things like that quickly melts away into a a quite obvious anger. After all, she had just gotten through things like what she thought was a plague pandemic. Her own son was helping these people, and now she's being told that not only were they lying about what was going on, they were the ones causing it. Well, then I'm sure that there's nothing that they'll complain about if I go back to my workshop and make sure to request a little bit more yarrow along the way. Oh, and you said you had quite a bit of these snowberries, right? How is your entire bag filled with them, or is it just the top?
Oh, and I kind of open up the bag for her to inspect. And it's like, oh, we do have a good amount.
Hmm.
And then just showing the bag open the open to her.
It might take me a small while, but yes, this should do nicely. Although, Bipen, would you mind if we stop to get some yarrow along the way? I don't want them getting too suspicious. After all, there may be a few more in town, and if they see me continuing to go along with their prescription of yarrow, then I doubt they'd make too much of a fuss about us getting to my workshop.
Victor kind of like nods his head in agreement, like, hey, they have already been causing a lot of trouble enough already, and I would say the more quietly and less suspicious, the better.
Although, hmm, hmm. Vector,
Yes.
where's the rest of your team?
Oh, Victor kind of like ponders for him. He's like, oh, they should be. I know we have one. I believe outside of town or outside of the camp, and we have another, and the rest of our team is by that tent that that tent that we left.
Well, I think we should go ahead and collect your team member that is outside of the town. Wouldn't do to leave them alone after all.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright. And at that, Bipen goes off to try to find where Azurith is hiding out. Kinda just starting around where he left you guys off at, and if you're not around there, he's gonna branch out.
If Bipen, Vector, and Miss Shimmers do like approach, well, maybe not doesn't know Miss Shimmers, but like approach, he'll probably just poke his head out of the bush he's hiding in. With how does best way to put it? A cheeky grin? Like, Bipen, Vector, and Miss Shimmers, I assume?
Yes, that is me.
Awesome. Where's the rest?
Victor's like, I think I left it by the tent.
You look back at the camp and just see all of our bloodied corpses scattered about in pieces.
Oh no!
Sitting in the sky on stakes.
The sound of 4 cannons strike as you see the names and images blast into the sky.
It's just it's
Okay, Hunger Games.
This isn't great. Let's all just turn around and just move forward away from it.
just Vector slowly turning around, just with the sweat marks, like
The children should be watching this. No, absolutely not. Turn it away from the children. Anyway, well, it was 4 of them. They should be capable enough. I have faith in them. Hopefully, that's all we can do.
I suppose, but if there's any moment of trouble, I'm going to run back to that camp.
That's the spirit.
Though I kind of can I give the snowberries to Miss Shimmers? Would that be all right? Like,
She doesn't happen to have a backpack on her.
hmm. Can I give her?
Reasonably, she
Oh, yeah,
kind
go
of left in a bit of a hurry, so she didn't exactly grab a bag and pack.
Can I give her the backpack? Can I give her my
Yeah.
backpack? For that? Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, you can,
yeah. If you don't mind, can you hold on to these as I kind of give the bag of, essentially the bag of snowberries to her. I do apologize.
Of course.
Yeah, I do apologize. I want to be, in case if anything happens to the camp and where my team is, I want to be ready for it, and I don't want to lose anything. I don't want to lose anything important like this. To possibly, well, if things go bad.
All right. And she'll go ahead and take the bag from you.
All right.
Well, I believe you guys probably have some sort of plan, so let's get to it. The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you guys are. I assume you're going with them back to town, right?
Yes.
All right. I just want to make sure that that is indeed what you're doing to not cause confusion later.
I thought Abby was saying he wanted to stay.
That's why I'm asking.
I mean, I
stay or should I go?
If you want to go, that's fine. I just
you be okay?
my
Okay, I just wanted to make
interpretation
sure.
was that you were staying.
Oh,
Yeah. It was a little bit of a hedge comment where it's like, if there's any trouble, I'm going back, and then you handed off your bag. So I was like,
yeah.
are you going or you?
I thought. I mean, yeah. I wasn't sure if like the group was still there or they were like. So I wasn't sure, but I guess like. I mean, if you guys are okay, I mean, I don't mind going to get to the snowberries.
Well, you don't know if they're okay or not.
Oh.
We're all gonna die.
I look at
WWVD. What would Vector do?
I look at Azurith like, do you think you would need me with the snowberries, or as before, like hand off the snowberries to Miss Shimmers?
Miss Shimmers is the one who we think would do best with them at the moment.
Yes. So I guess it's more or less of, do you want me to go with you, Azurith? Like, do you need any help, or possibly?
Well, as long as we're with Miss Shimmers and Miss Shimmers gets the thing made, we'll be fine. As for the others,
Because I haven't heard anything from them.
I'm admittedly a little bit worried, but I don't know what to do in this situation. Going in with just the two of us could be a very bad idea.
Victor kind of ponders for a moment. He looks at the bag and then kind of looks at the team, or like the general direction of the team, and I think this might. I think it might be best if we actually go get these berries through. So, if that's the case, then let's go together then, Azurith. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I guess I'll just go. I'll go back to town.
It was a character moment that felt right to you. Do not shy away from it.
Heck.
I head pat the AV.
So yeah, so I'm sorry. I kind of again I kind of like I'm just like kind of like kind of do that little embarrassing. It's like sorry, I'm just kind of figure things out. It's like all right, but yes, kind of like shaking his head into like focus. Like okay, but yes, let's go ahead and get these snowberries ready. Let's go ahead and get these snowberries made. And yeah, just going with yeah. So essentially, I'll be going with if it wasn't clear, I'm going with Bipen and heading back to town with Azurith and Miss Shimmers.
In that case, we will cut back to inside of the tent.
We're all dead.
Well, don't worry, you were outside of the tent, so you wouldn't be dead inside the tent.
True, I'm just listening to a one-sided conversation.
Yes. But yes, so where this ended off was he effectively went, ooh, so close, but no, you messed this up. Or no. He has called you out, like finally and officially.
Dang, I knew I should have gone with text box B instead of A.
Yeah, I know, right?
Quick
Could have
load.
saved some.
Quick
Yeah.
load.
Little did we fat fingered right when we start going downhill.
Quick, someone activate a save state.
What was the save
Uh,
state?
Our last save state was months ago. So
I'm okay with this.
I mean, yeah. Then we'd be back
Okay.
alive. Well, most of you would be back
Well,
alive.
Most of us.
Yeah, Jet would be dead, still in that endless void of loneliness and blackness, completely devoid of all warmth and friendship.
Ah, I see. So we're not friends. Got it.
Well, no, if we went back months ago, Jet would still be in the endless void.
I
wait,
think
what
the
kind of save state we're
save-
talking about?
Yeah, say I think the save state being months ago was in real time months, not in game time months.
Oh.
Either way.
Oh, in that case, let me go ahead and swap my icon, and we can go to an older layout, make a couple calls. That's the save state.
Wait, this is- this is- this
let's
is-
stay here.
Wait, this isn't Pokerolls. This is Ascend to Ascend.
Anyway.
But yes, what would you guys like to do?
I am still debating on if Jolene is going to be cheeky and it possibly start a fight, or be cheeky and not start a fight.
I like the latter.
I like the former.
I like the ladder.
All right. Well,
I
while we're deciding, here you go.
I haven't been this pleased with a group of folks since the Cormyreans sent the price of turnips through the roof during the onion famine.
What?
This is an ascent to ascend. You can't call Jack a bitch right now.
Okay, so I don't think she's going to attack with it, but Jolene is going to say her little cheeky thing to the Abra that I don't remember if we got a name for, but
That's Baron Saint.
Baron Saint.
Saint, like Saint. Wait, that's fire.
Like Saint
Never
Baron.
mind.
Yeah, like Saint Baron. In case you like Castlevania, Son Jamae.
But yeah, so she's Jolene's gonna look at the Abra, and just kind of like smile a little, say, "Well, darling, I really must thank you for a truly enlightening conversation here. But let me show my appreciation." Just blows a little kiss in a cheeky manner. Her not actually using the attack that I was going to originally, but and then continue on with, "But I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of people expecting us, and if we don't get back, they're gonna start questioning you. Like, Bipen. Gregory, that's the name of the kid, right?
Dart's going to interrupt, be like, actually, Jolene, I have a better idea.
What's that, darling?
Besides, who's going to come looking for you when... Oh, you know, this wasn't even a scheduled meeting. You all just showed up here.
Ignoring the Abra, Jolene just kind of says, what was that, darling? You said you had a better idea.
We weren't going to get what we wanted. Let's just go back to the camp by the orchard. This was a very silly idea.
I agree, it was kind of silly, thinking that we could work anything out. What here? Looks to the rest of the group. What do y'all say, darlings?
Well, the rest of the group being Jet,
Yeah, I couldn't remember if Amos was here, but I figured NPC mode if he was.
Amos was outside with Azurith, technically, but,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay,
Amos
I couldn't
stayed out.
remember
he
that.
couldn't show up this week, so...
Okay, makes sense.
and he had to leave early last week, so yeah.
Yeah, which is why he was just sitting outside with Azurith.
Which is why they were singing Mission Impossible together.
So, Jet's just gonna kind of shrug. Why not? Yeah, let's go ahead and head out of here.
With that, Jolene is just going to start to turn, going, towards the, I believe it was zipped up previously in the last session, but entry. Anything happen?
Well, you said you're just going towards the zipper. You gonna try and open it?
Well, no, she's probably going to try and go under, since it's a tent. Squeeze herself through, because she doesn't trust that to be possible.
Oh, it's not a pavilion. It's a tent that has like a closed bottom.
Oh, an actual tent, like
It's an actual
bottom.
tent.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's gonna
human
go.
tent.
She's gonna go.
Well, it's
and,
more. It's better described as a weatherproof tent.
and start tugging at the zipper, just trying to unzip it, which
Alright.
with her being as she is already a feat in itself.
Yep. Go ahead and make me a strength, survival, athletic.
Strength, survival. Okay, so that is 2 dice.
You get you're surprised with yourself a little bit as you get a much firmer grip on it than you thought you'd be able to. But regardless with that, you aren't able to pull it at all.
She's going to look at the others and say, "Unsurprising. They're trying to keep us in here."
Well, you are the ones that so desperately wanted a meeting, badly enough that you broke into my tent and interrupted a prior meeting. And, well, unfortunately for you, meetings tend to be long, not short little conversations. Now, would you like to take a seat?
Jolene's gonna like look at herself, look at the room, and she's gonna say, and like this is obviously an attempt not to be cheeky, but to just point out a little fact. Darling, do you wanna have to clean up a mess? Usually I have a bowl, and I don't really have that right with me right now.
Real quick, I don't want to interrupt, but at the same time, I want to get feedback from Mirai. Taldarius, Seda, if you guys could check ScarDev, please. And Avi, you've got access there too.
Yeah.
I just don't want to keep Mirai waiting because I know it's kind of late for them.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's good. I like it. Has a fairly consistent theme structure. Has really good coloration. I like how it pops.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I like
Carry
it.
on. I'll let him know that it's done then. Carry on.
All right. Well, I can assure you that it won't be a problem.
At that, Jolene's kind of gonna, do a little shrug and say, "Well, I guess if you insist, darling." Float over to the nearest seat, and slowly just lower herself to take a seat. And as she does, she's going to say, "Take it as you will. Let nothing be said, if not that I do not have bad manners, at least to some extent."
Breaking into a tent and interrupting a meeting aside.
Well, darling, how did I know you weren't done with the meeting? The others were leading the way.
Think of there being an active conversation going on. Generally speaking, a very good sign about what's going on.
And also, is the other two sitting down?
Jet was following after Jolene. He's probably got his face against the fabric, about to just phase through it when, the Abra stopped us. Or, at least attempt to phase through.
And as for Dart,
I guess if you two are sitting down, Dart's going to sit down.
No, we're not sitting. We were trying to leave and the Abra stopped us.
Jolene's
He
sitting.
told you to
Jolene
take a seat, so Jolene
Oh,
took a seat.
Jolene took a seat. Okay, again. Okay. In that case, yeah, Jet will go back over and sit.
Argus is not sitting because he can't hear it.
well, you probably could have heard Jolene mentioning being kept there, but
Yes, but
You
he
don't-
didn't hear getting told to take a seat.
yeah, but
Also,
you don't get to hear half the conversation, so you don't know if it's a good
Yeah.
time to step in.
I only hear the cheeky half, and I don't know what's going on. But I like the cheeky half. Cheeky half is fun half.
But,
Yeah,
So-
Dart's going to take a seat and be like, I like you. You do not understand how many people we were able to trick with that misinformation.
I'm sure.
Well, it is
Now,
surprisingly easy.
Now my brain is just stuck on the I am now going to bark at you. Bark, bark, woof, woof, bark, 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 woof.
There is a time and place for everything.
I know, but I can't help it.
It is not the time for bark. Please, spare us.
You hear Doc's voice from a distance. There's a time and place for everything, but now is not the time.
Jet's getting up, putting one paw forward, another one of his rear paws back, and does a super bark.
I knew it as soon as I heard one paw forward.
God.
but admittedly, even with how lacking in polish your attempt, I can't fault you for making the attempt. But I would like to ask, what is it that you want here? What are you hoping to accomplish with this?
Oh, very simple. We want you to stop hurting people.
But we've been doing no such thing. In fact, we've been the one that have been helping the people around here, treating their ills.
I
Poison
thought
in a
you.
well. Oh,
I thought you said you were done with the bullshit.
I never said that we weren't causing any, but we were treating it.
darling, people are actively getting more sick. That ain't, from a medical perspective, that ain't a very effective way of treating a patient.
Oh, sure, we weren't treating the cause, but the symptoms were being treated just fine.
Again, darling, from a medical perspective, that's not a very effective way to treat a patient. Usually, a doctor with any moral standing is going to do their best to help the patient recover. Now, wouldn't you agree that that is the job of a medical professional?
While this conversation's going on, Dart's going to be kind of like making little little actions with his paw in the air. Kind of like absently paying attention, like starting to doze off in the conversation, just kind of like mentally writing things down.
I just love that mental image way more than I probably should.
I thought
Well,
you were
you
doing something
see.
sneaky, but you're just being poor.
The thing about it is that I don't know if you actually asked, but miraculously, due to our efforts, there has been no fatalities as a result of the scarlet fever.
Now, that is at least being partially effective, but have any of the members been cured in the community, right and proper? That, came down with it. And before Bipen and others.
No, I can't say I remember a case actually recovering, although we do our best to make sure that they're as comfortable as they can be given the circumstances.
Well then, darling, it seems like you all may be missing something. And Jolene's gonna just look over at the entrance and just kind of say, and by time.
Are you talking about the other entrance of the tent? Sorry, I actually don't care about helping people. I'm a knowledge seeker. I love all of this.
Yeah, no, Jolene's like looking over to the
You're talking about the roughly like tyrunt sized entrance to the tent.
What?
No, I am trying to do something to give a hint, but Jolene's
The
looking
tyrant
over.
hasn't jumped in yet.
Yeah, if the tyrant pays attention, Jolene's looking to where they came from and just said, "And buying time is always an effective thing to do. Maybe by now there'll be many townsfolk getting better, maybe even being cured. And some of our friends might stop by for a visit."
Of course, but I believe that my question remains unanswered. You've listed your demands of me, but what is it that you actually want here?
Well done.
Honestly, like I've just been puzzled by one thing. Like I've been actually like really impressed with the whole operation. Like I had to bribe myself into Starlight. Um, but I've always been curious of why all the fuss.
A fuss about what?
You you are able to keep an entire town at your will, but you don't do anything with it. It puzzles me.
Well,
Very impressive
I think
operation for very impressive operation for seemingly no reason.
Well, as you already pointed out, governance isn't exactly our aim here. But again, I do know that you're attempting to redirect it back on me. But again, I'm still trying to ask what it is that you want. I have the ability to provide many things, for example. Especially as a going away present.
Oh, we're not going away. No, that's gonna be you leaving. We're not going anywhere.
Are you sure that that's your demand?
However you want to sugarcoat and honey your words, the fact is you have been hurting people, and I at least am not going to let that continue.
Dart's gonna raise his paw. I will though.
Again, your demand is that your position is that you're not going anywhere?
We're not leaving these villagers for you to keep hurting them.
Then don't worry. I'd be more than happy to help acquiesce that particular want of yours.
I hate to say this, but my brain is trying to process what he said in dumb man's terms.
Yeah, I'm
We're
feeling
fine,
the
yes.
Fey deal kind of bullshit going on right now.
Or he's just gonna kill us. We'll never leave.
It's fine. Jet's already dead.
That doesn't
Yes.
stop you from dying again. And possibly
Again,
again.
Dart's gonna interject and just be like, "Look, guys, I don't know why you're so strung on trying to save the village. Like, we came here just to try to make a quick buck, but clearly we are very much out of our league here. So let's just go back to the orchard outside town and just, call it a day. We clearly got beat here."
Again, I appreciate the diversion tactics with this, but if you aren't going to, what was the term I've heard a couple times? Ah, that's the one. If you're not going to play ball, then I'll consider the negotiating portion of this closed.
Jolene is just currently looking at him with like an eye quirked. The little eyebrow raise kind of look, minus the eyebrow itself. Oof. Obviously waiting for him to continue.
Again, like I pointed out, I can't fault you for trying. Although, you really should get better at that before you continue.
I just have to ask, is he looking at anyone in particular, like facing in their
Oh,
direction?
he's looking right at Dart with that one. Because Dart
Yeah.
was the one that's, like, trying to play games.
Yeah. Jolene just kind of side-eyes Dart, looks back at the Abra, gives a little nod. Very obviously agreeing with what he is saying. But
Hey, look, Dart's like, look, I am fully admitting I am stepping outside my comfort zone on this one.
As a player, or
Oh, in character.
you're saying this in character, I mean?
I'm saying this in character. Dart's just gonna raise a paw and be like, "Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm stepping outside my comfort zone here, and I bit off more than I can chew."
You gotta admit, it was at least worth a try.
Oh, it was. That's why I can't fault him.
Let's see. Well, depending on how things go, gonna have to maybe all of us take some lessons in what you call it. Can't think of the term. She's now like tapping her chin, and it obviously trying to think of the term she's looking for. Could be doing that for a minute because she's not going to think of it.
But yes, would you like to actually try and negotiate something, or? Because I think we've all established here that, while good for what appears to be a first-time attempt, it isn't exactly working out for you right now.
Jet's just kind of looking over at Dart like... Jet is very confused on what is going on right now. Mostly because I, as player, am confused as to what's going on right now.
Seems like you're all trying 3 different things.
Very much so. We went in with no battle plan, and we have 3 separate orders of action, and it's hilarious.
I love this because this is exactly how a new team would start out.
Yep. It's like,
yeah.
This is that scene in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon where it's like, "Oh, my stomach's hurting. Isn't yours hurting too? What do you mean? God damn it! You need to start learning to take my cues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
We-
will say, at least Jolene kind of gave up on the acting portion when she realized that wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, see, Dart was pivoting to, okay, we can't lie about the big things, so let's lie something about plausible that we could back up.
See, the only reason
Yeah.
Argus didn't jump in on Jolene's cue is because he is extremely confused about what the three of you are talking about.
Yeah.
He's sitting out there so confused.
Just
Because,
like
you
I
know-
thought we were giving up on the whole trying to pretend whatever nonsense, and
But
now
also,
we're
I'm
off on
trying-
this.
Out
Yeah,
of character,
and
go on,
There
Darius.
goes.
I love it.
No, go.
I was gonna say, like, out of character, I'm also trying not to give up the actual fucking plan!
Yeah. So, he already kind of like, Baron Saint already kind of like saw through like the first ploy after like, you know, he was looking at it and 2 + 2 don't equal 7 and some shit was fucky. So he's like, all right, I'm calling you out on this. And then, now Dart's trying to do the old razzle dazzle of maybe he'll believe me the second time.
Can't fault me.
And Baron Saint is just like, okay, look, I literally cannot blame you for trying, but if you're not going to actually try and talk to me here, I'm not going to put up with this.
Yeah, Dart, in response to the whole negotiation thing, just kind of like, you know, raise a paw in the air and just be like, "Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we have any position to negotiate on because we are in your tent. You have sealed the door, and we have nothing of offer to negotiate with. So." I don't think we're in a position of bargaining, aren't we? You kind of hold all the...
You have
kind
no
of...
leverage here.
Jolene is just going to kind of say, that, and quite frankly, I don't know what is going on in this world. I am literally a dollop of milk or some similar item, and I am still trying to process that fact. This is just additional stress.
I mean, hasn't this what been everything about? Just trying to get answers at the end of the day?
Oh, you want answers.
Would be kind of nice to know what is going on and why is going on. Like, she is... Her eyes are probably denoting it a lot more than her body language, being that she lacks much of a body. But Jolene is currently like showing that little trauma face where the eyes just looks completely empty. There is almost no life. Just as she says, I have not, since I woke up, gotten much of a break, and now we're at this point. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know exactly where I am, why I am, and then y'all are adding on even more stress. And frankly, I don't particularly enjoy it. All I want to do is just be able to process what's going on, maybe learn to help people a bit. I was trying to learn medicine for a reason. Also might need to temper myself a bit. Been a little feisty lately. Blah, 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 blah. I can go on forever. But, yes, answers is basically what we want.
Then I'll offer you a deal. Based on some things that you all have mentioned, I know a few interesting tidbits about your whole situation from what it seems like. But you see, I don't want a Starlight team sitting on my doorstep and waltzing into my tent whenever they feel like it.
Well then, pack up your tent and go elsewhere.
But I thought that you wanted answers. I would be more than happy to provide any answers that you want, that I know the answer to, if you leave town. All you have to do is leave Oran Grove. No fuss, no muss. I won't even demand that whatever it is that you gave information away or materials, or whatever you picked up while you were here, I won't even demand that those be returned. All you have to do is leave.
Dart's gonna turn the others. I feel like seems like a pretty reasonable deal given the situation we're in. I mean, I'm not even Starlight, and I kind of want to take the deal.
We're gonna need some privacy for a moment to discuss this. He says to the Abra.
About how long would you want?
5 minutes.
5 minutes alone. In that case, tick-tock. And before your very eyes, you see the Abra disappear. As if he was there 1 second and gone the next.
Okay, well, I guess we got our privacy. I don't like it.
Jolene blinks a couple times and then looks to the others as if nothing had happened. Just, her normal expression of somewhat of a smile. Darling, I don't really like it either. Quite frankly, I don't trust that creature as far as I could throw him. And, well, frankly, I can't throw him very far. Also, I somehow doubt that we are really getting complete privacy, but that's beside the point. Thing freaks me out a little bit, too. But, what do you think we should do? I don't really think causing a commotion's going to help us much, but, looking over at the tent that was zipped.
It's like, I mean, if only there was a tyrunt-sized hole in the tent. That would make this decision a lot easier.
I do have to agree.
Jetstra's going to sigh and say it louder. If only there were a tyrunt-sized hole.
Oh, Argus is going to tackle the tent from the back.
Just as a question, did Baron Saint's tent have a desk or something on it?
He did have a desk, yes. Unfortunately, if this is going to be your next question, there are no errant papers just left on top of it.
You read my mind.
Yeah.
He's chugging the Abra.
Argus is going to tackle through the back of the tent.
By tackle, just rip it with your claws.
Oh, I do have claws.
As far as this deal goes, I kind of feel like the town can probably take care of themselves now.
Oh, look! Oh, they're recover.
Yeah, they can drive out these guys on their own. I don't want to leave them alone. I want to make sure they're okay. But at the same time, those answers would be really nice. Yes, we take the whole desk. Yes. I like this suggestion, Tiberian. Does Argus actually manage to get through the tent, by the way?
Not exactly a thick tent.
Okay. I wasn't certain, so...
It's tall!
Yeah. It just sounded like he was just having it hawing a little bit on if he wanted to actually tackle it or just use his claws. Either way, he'd get through.
Tackle!
So...
Yeah, you get through.
Are we taking the deal, then?
Dart's gonna whisper, "Hell no! Let's go."
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? Where's the... Who am I attacking?
Okay.
As we
Is
all
he
just
invisible?
as we all just walk out and not even answer Argus.
Wait, no, follow Jedi. Orchid now.
What?
Follow us.
Jolene is like trying to push Argus back through the hole.
Oh,
Alright, so you guys are leaving through the hole?
Trying
Getting
to.
through the hole.
Alright. Once you walk through, Baron Saint shows up in front of you again now that you're out in the open. And he sort of cocks his head a little bit and goes, "Oh, you still had 30 seconds left for your conversation. Are you ready to answer me then?"
Is
No,
that
we
the
still
guy?
have our 30 seconds. And Jet's just going to try and walk out towards the edge of camp. And by that, I mean he's taking off running.
Alright, he's gonna try using a move on you. Let me know if you want to try it, invade. This move is... Yes, okay.
Well, I guess it's a question of, will Jet have any indication that the move is being used? Considering it's an Abra and presumably psychic type.
I'll say that you could still roll, because it's not unreasonable that he'd do something to stop you.
Well,
It's not exactly like this is a clear-cut, like, I'm scot-free.
part of why I'm asking is I'm debating if I want to try and evade or if I want to... Well, either way I'm evading, but it's a matter of if I jump to the side or use Shadow Sneak and try to attack him.
Attacking would probably be a bad idea.
Yeah, even if we're getting attacked, attacking the leader of a group that these white robes still think is helping them seems kind of questionable at best.
I'll also give you one for free. You also don't know if he's going to use a damaging move on you.
Alright, I'll just try and evade.
Alright. So... Oh my god. Alright. Cool.
What?
Uh,
Oh no.
roll evasion whenever you want.
I was just double checking rules. Alright.
Yep. In case you need a reminder, it's Dex Fight Evasion.
Yeah, that's what I looked up and I did it.
Alright.
It did go up, so.
Alright. You feel something about to happen, and the hairs on the back of your neck stand at attention for a moment, and you try to move to the side, only to find that with contemptuous ease, you are now lifted into the air and unable to move. A good few feet off the ground. As for everyone else, they see Baron Saint point a finger at the attempting to leave jet. A very slight pink field show up, and Jet get hoisted into the air.
Argus is going to tackle.
Now. The meeting isn't over even though you left the tent. Do you have an answer?
Jet's just frantically trying to get free. Even though, there's nothing physically holding him. Can he try and phase out of it?
Unfortunately, this is not an actual, physical hold on you. He's using telekinesis. Which means that for a set amount of time, you're just going to be up in air. He has hoisted you. Using psychic powers.
Oh.
Yeah, and it seems that Argus is trying to tackle him as he's talking.
All right.
And rolled already.
He's pointing at my friend and making him float. Argus is not happy. Argus has been wanting to tackle something.
All right. He's not going to bother trying to dodge. You can, that'll hit.
Ah. Argus does a tackle.
All right.
He wants to he as soon as he sees the Abra glow pink and make Jet start floating, our Argus just lunges at the Abra to knock him down, try to stop the psychic energy or whatever. He doesn't really understand it, but he knows attack that thing.
All right. You get a pretty good hit on him, what you think, but just sort of looks down at you unfazed. It is slightly taller than you, after all. And just goes, "Down, boy, I'm trying to talk here." He's not being hurt by this one bit. He's just trying to leave before the end of the conversation. Wouldn't you agree that that's rather rude?
Ow, 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 ow!
Oh, shush, it's not hurting you one bit.
Yeah. Jolene is going to look between Jet, who, after that's been said, started saying "ow," Argus, and Baron Saint, and just kind of sigh and say, "I do have to agree the tackle was probably not something should have been done. It is a little suspicious that you just grab our friend, but we were having a conversation. We did ask for time to deliberate, and we've had time to deliberate and say information's a little less valuable than the safety of the town."
That wasn't part of the conversation. Can I tackle again?
Oh, are you attempting to tackle him, again, in character, or are you asking of the others for permission to tackle him again?
Argus is asking the others if he can tackle again.
Okay, so that was an in-character question.
Yes.
Jolene kind of looks at Argus, quirks an eyebrow, looks at the Abra and back, and says, "I don't even know if the first one did anything, darling. Might be better to just not try and attack right now. At the very least, this one has some form of manners and decorum." Looks like at the direction of some of the other, or where basically all of the others would be that are in the camp, and say, unlike some of the other ones with purple robes we've seen, well, you actually have probably more power than most of them, I'm assuming.
It does pay to be a baron. Better trading, better abilities, and, well, I would say more manners, but I've met some of my compatriots. And from what it sounds like, you have too. Now again, I'm trying to be a very reasonable host here and attempt to work something out that won't result in a Starlight team being wasted, our reputation possibly ruined, and a bunch of other complications. You get your answers, and I get you out of my hair.
Jolene's gonna look at the others and then can she do a glance around just to see if she sees who's Azurith and the others that would have been left?
Okay, just repeat. What are you asking?
Basically, Jolene wants to look around, see what the situation is, if she sees Azurith and the others anywhere, because they were left outside, and she thinks she would know where they are, but because that kind of determines how she's going to proceed. Well, in the conversation, I should say.
For the record, Jet is just hanging there. He stopped fighting it and just sighs.
Sad puppy.
Can Dart jump up and try to break Jet out of the levitation by using his own weight?
He is multiple feet in the air.
Darn.
You could certainly try, but you'd need to make a pretty good athletics check in order to make it that high.
We need a Vector.
Yeah, about to say you need Vector hops.
Hop.
Yeah, basically what I want to do is have Jolene do basically perception check, see if the rest of our group that was left behind are still in the area, so that she knows how to proceed and what she wants to say.
Well, if it's the... I don't know if this will help your particular reservations, but how about if you leave Oran Grove for 1 week?
Leave for 1 week, and then you're saying we can come back, check on the townsfolk, make sure they're doing okay?
Of course.
No.
If you really want us to even consider these things, it would definitely help if we knew why you're here in the first place. All we know is that you have come here and made people sick, but we have no idea your motivation for doing so. Power? Money? What is it?
Well, you see, those are particularly private. After all, like I mentioned before, and you even admitted to, you don't exactly have leverage to agree. I'm just trying to cut a deal because it'll be a lot easier than having to kick you all out and then explain away the disappearance of the Starlight team. Of course, I could do it. After all, they barged into my tent, made demands, interrupted an important meeting with a local healer that was helping us stop the spread of the scarlet fever. And in fact, even used a damaging move on me first.
You deserved
it. Could be done.
Jolene is going
Hush.
to. Yeah, Jolene's gonna like pop Argus on the back of the head at this point. Darling, you're not helping one bit right now.
Neither is he.
Darling, would you please try and not let your feelings get in the way right now? We could all get badly hurt or worse if you keep up what you're doing. And she's gonna like turn back to Baron Saint and say again. So what you're saying is the deal you would give is we leave for a week, we come back like in the week and can check on how the townspeople are doing, that make sure they're not doing worse, that they are in fact doing better. And as long as we're out of your hair for that time, everything will be peachy keen.
Of course. After all, the reason I'm doing this is because it'd just be such a pain having to clean up after removing you. Instead, I'd much rather come to an amicable deal. After all, it doesn't cost me much to give you the information you want, and it doesn't cost you much to leave the town for a single week.
She's gonna look to Dart and Jet, like still having like little nubbly popped on the back of Argus's head. She didn't pull it away after popping him on the head. Just say, do y'all think that we can try and take this agreement mostly for the sake of not causing too much trouble for ourselves and potentially the people of the town? Because I feel like if we did get kicked out, it would cause trouble for, well, a lot of people.
I think at this point, it would cause a lot more trouble for them if we were kicked out.
Yeah, Jolene's gonna smile a little and say, I was somewhat thinking the same. After all, I'm sure we've got enough time. She's like looking back at the Baron now. Oh, Nubbly no longer on the back of Argus's head.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
Dylan, why do you think that we went in there to begin with?
To beat up the bad guy?
Darling. She looks at the Baron. You see why I would have good reason to worry about these other mons. Pats Argus on the head. But yes, now I can't tell what she like thinks for a second. Type, I think the word was. You might be, or what powers that might have, but you seem like a very smart one, and so I'm sure you've already figured out what we're playing at. Still smiling her usual smile.
Flattery aside, I'm waiting for the point.
Well, darling, I'm pretty sure by this point we have people who believe us over you. Oh, and some of them important people. People that would probably, if they got hurt or suddenly disappeared, make all of the rest of the townspeople feel very uncomfortable and unhappy.
Again, I'm waiting for your exact point here.
Well, if you kick us out, then you're going to have to deal with them, and that's going to be more of a mess and a hit to your quote-unquote reputation. And I think at this point it's mutually beneficial that we just go our separate ways.
Which is why I'm attempting to make the deal.
And your leverage is somewhat not as there as you might think it is.
Oh, no, it is. You see, when I say kick out, I don't mean that I'm going to pick you up like your friend here and toss you out of town.
Oh no, you mean you're going to get rid of us, make us disappear. The violent way. That much is kind of obvious based on how the other branches of your organization work.
He's gonna ice the cake.
See, at that, there's a little bit of fear in Argus's eyes, and he backs away a little bit because when he heard kicked out, he thought he was actually getting kicked out, not, the violent way.
So, you see, yes, it would be quite the problem for me. And our operation. But the thing is that we'd survive it. Of course,
Possibly.
there'd be blowback, there'd be problems. But I don't think that would help you very much now, would it?
I don't think most of a town suddenly being off the map would either be on your side either. Because I'm pretty sure you'd have to deal with more than half the town at this point. Still just
Maybe,
staring
maybe
him dead in
not.
the face, smiling.
But again, you keep bringing in the town as if that'll help you right now. We're not in the town. And like I said, well, there may be, in fact, more Pokemon in the town that believe you over me. But do you really think that the people inside this encampment would believe you over me?
No, but I believe they believe their rescue team over you.
Ah, yes, and, where might they be?
In the town until they see that we've been missing.
Ah, again with the town.
Yes, darling.
Let me put it in a different matter. They're not here right now. So they can't help you right now. Oh, sure, in the future they'd cause us trouble. But again, how does that help you?
Oh, you see, darling, I'm not worried about helping myself. I'm worried about helping the town. And if the town knows that y'all are two-faced, no-good, villainous scum, well, then that's helping them in the long run. So, frankly, I don't care about my own self. Not as much as you seem to think I do. Your leverage is that, I care here about myself. I care more about the town and their well-being than my own.
And here I thought that the hero types were the ones who liked to negotiate peaceful resolutions.
Peaceful resolutions don't always last, darling. The peaceful resolutions can lead to violent revolutions. Don't know where I got that from. Does little nubbly to the chin area thinking again.
Yes. Do you think that it's the week that's bothering you then? I'd be willing to cut it down to 3 days. I'm afraid I can't go much lower than that, though.
At that, Jolene is going to look to the others and say, well, darlings, you think that's fair? 3 days? We could give them at least that, don't you think?
Well, I see the issue that you are trying to raise, Jolene, is that, we have made a couple contacts in the town that that us just suddenly leaving without any kind of word or warning would cause some concern and eventually impact the operations. Like, are you proposing that we at least get a word in to send ourselves off away from the town? For a made-up reason. Just so we don't, our sudden disappearance raise suspicion?
It would be probably best if we at least told someone, hey, we need to get going. We got word that some other place needs help. Well, after all, ain't that what a rescue team is for? She, at this point, is more looking towards, like, Dart and Jet than the Baron Saint. So...
Jet is staying quiet. But if you look at his face, it is very plain that he does not want to leave at all. Under any circumstance. But he's staying quiet.
Oh, no, look, I'm out of character. I'm kind of feeling that too, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to agree to leave the town and then just go back to the town. I kind of want to, like, give some wiggle room. I also really need to use the bathroom, IRL.
All right. It's 1:30. This could be a good time for our break.
Oh, wow, it already is. Wow.
Alright, we'll take our break here.
Yep.
I also need to breathe.
Reminder, everyone, 5 minutes, and if you're not back by 10, then we're starting anyway.
You're back.
Okay.
Yep.
Taldarius, you still there?
Yep.
Do you need to go to break? I don't personally, but... Alright, I got a question regarding Ascent to Ascend.
Yep.
I forget if I've spoken with you about this before, but for their AoE stuff that is centered on them, where they like to ride on people, is the person they're riding on immune to their AoE? Like
It depends. Is it like one of the omnidirectional?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, those kinds of things.
So question. I know you took a couple things in the destruction sphere, right?
Yes.
Have you picked up the shaped blast thing? Whatever the actual term is? I'll let it apply.
Cool. Now, what about vice versa? If somebody they're riding on is wanting to use one of those omnidirectional, it spreads out from the user thing.
Depends on their abilities. If they don't have a way to shape it or selectively target, or it doesn't say, like, target opponents or all opponents within range or something like that, then, that's kind of on them.
Okay.
So it'll work for your abilities, but they need to have something on their end to shape the blast.
Okay. Yeah, Kurt is working on stuff, and I'm like, well, I know the twins had something along those lines, but I mean, previous storytellers allowed it, period, but now we're in a new system and everything, so I was like, yeah, how does that work?
Yeah. By the way, I know that this is a little bit meta, given that, it's during this game, but I think it's really funny. Like, I know the position that you guys are in is what's leading you towards this, but it's very funny that, this is a complete, Silver Tongue wordsmith character, and it's still just, he's still just being allowed to talk and talk and talk and talk.
My tackle did nothing.
Yeah. I have something planned. I'm just trying to... I'm playing a specific game, and I'm hoping it's going to work.
Argus wants to beat him up, but he's also a little scared now. It would just be easier if we could beat him up in the tent. Then no one else would help.
I mean, hey, you could have just, you could have immediately, like, popped over to that scene and went so anyways it started blasting.
So, I'm using Stealth Rock on him, and he's being poked with rocks incessantly as he talks.
I'm still surprised not everyone has just decided to walk away. Just literally just walk. All of
Well,
it.
he is hoisting Jet into the air right now.
No, Jet just tries to walk away too, but he's walking in place, in air.
I mean, yeah, that'd effectively be it.
You should have done like, no, we're done with this meeting. We'll get you an answer later. Goodbye. Just walk away.
Yeah, he wouldn't have let that.
Look, okay, I'm getting back, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, for the last 30 minutes, I've just kind of been like nervous, tense, sweating at the armpits, kind of just like.
Hey, all you're doing is talking. You should calm down.
So what we should do is we should stop talking and start blasting.
I don't trust. Like, so. I don't trust the blasting, and I don't trust accepting the deal.
Argus isn't going to accept that deal.
Okay, question. Why did you tell them that you're not accepting that deal? And just walk away.
But again, Jet is being physically held, or metaphysically in this case, held. Psychically, yes, that's the word I was actually looking for. Literally just held in place, so they cannot move for an unknown, indeterminate amount of time, since we don't know how powerful or what, bull crap this Abra can pull.
We
So
just need to
can't
knock him
just
out.
go away, yeah. But,
By the way, for reference for this this one move, he rolled 8 dice and got 8 4+.
Oh.
So
That's a lot.
yeah,
of
I'm sorry,
turns.
Jet. You're kind of getting hoisted. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Hoisted
So,
by your petard.
I'm gonna go
No.
stretch out. I'll come back
All right.
right when you say we're done, so...
All right. Well, we start in 3 minutes and 45 seconds, no matter
Okay.
what. So.
Well, yeah, that's
I
fine.
will say, I did get a call from work, so there's someone coming over to pick up a key, so I might disappear for like a couple minutes.
That's fine. Just like put it in chat or something if there's like someone talking or and you don't want to interrupt, or just say it if there's nothing going on.
I am back with T.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We
Zim's
could
taking
throw it on the
a little-
Abra's face.
Yeah, Zim's taking a little stretchy, and we have about 3 minutes left before resume.
Oh, sounds good. Hop, 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 hop.
But yeah, I know that you I know the situation and tone kind of demands it, but I was just saying in case you weren't here earlier that it is very funny to me how there's like this absolute like wheeling dealing wordsmith character, and it's just like everyone's like, should we consider his deal?
It's the like, or especially in the current situation, it's just like, it's very hard to turn down the deal when one of our members is levitating off the ground.
Yeah. Although to be fair, like if nothing else, I think that he's really showing that he's like, you know, the head of local operations here, and he's definitely a member of the soft power influence talkie faction.
The talky ones are annoying. We just need to beat them up.
Oh, would you prefer that a couple come in wearing red?
No.
Play dot.
The talky ones are annoying, but we need to treat them like they're nerds and we're football players.
I mean, sure, but be careful. The wrestling players and the the other players will come in, and you will not have a bad time.
To be fair, like maybe don't do it like that, considering that simultaneously I was on the varsity chess team and I did Buhurt.
I was on the robotics team, and the wrestling team, and the rifle team, and the cross-country team.
My
Yeah.
parents wouldn't let me do anything because they didn't care about it. Anything I wanted, they didn't like. Depression.
Sad. Very sad. Alright, Zim, you better start walking back because we got 30 seconds left on the timer.
Hello.
Hello.
I was
All
even
right,
hearing you
and
type.
timer. All right, tiny bit of roll call. Dart,
Oh,
Vector,
Hello.
Argus.
So I started blasting.
Yep. Azurith,
Existing, typing.
Jolene,
I be here.
and Jet.
I'm dead.
Unfortunate. But it looks like we're all here, so we're all good to continue. Now, just as a quick refresher, we left off with him changing, sort of doing the final offer 3 days. Skip town for 3 days. You can come back anytime you like after that. In exchange, he gives you some information.
No deal.
Counter.
Mhm. And anyone who didn't try to walk out on the conversation?
Jolene is going to say, sorry, darling, but honestly, I do think that we have to go with no deal, but I gotta thank you. And she's going to blow a kiss.
I wasn't part of the conversation, so
But this time, I don't know if we'll have to roll initiative, but she's trying to...
It would be initiative at this point, yeah.
She is trying to sneak a drain and kiss in there. So...
It ain't exactly much of a sneak right now.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
she did it
and
already.
give me 1 second.
Yeah,
But you also just blew off his deal, so I mean...
yeah. I mean, she blew him off earlier and did the same thing. The exact same manner.
Yeah, but this is literally him doing, like, final offer after he was attacked once already, so...
Yeah.
He's not you're not exactly pulling one over... You're not exactly pulling the wool over his eyes on this.
Yeah. I mean, his eyes are closed. We don't need wool over them. At least if he's a normal Abra.
Yeah.
In that manner. Initiative is 1 dice plus the initiative score, right?
Yep.
And initiative score is dexterity and what?
It is Dex Survival Alert.
And okay, then mine is correct. Okay,
So our dex survival alert is our dexterity score, and then we roll 1 dice to add on to that.
man.
When you have your results, let me know.
I have. You want me to just tell you the actual result?
The final result.
Okay. Mine is a 5 total.
Mine is a 12 total.
Holy crap.
Look, I have 3 dexterity, 2 survival, and 2 alert.
Hey, stat!
Okay, so the initiative is 1 die plus dex and survival.
And alert.
And alert.
Oh, homebrew.
It says it
roll?
on the line right below. It says roll 1 dice and
alerts.
add its dexterity and survival score to the final result. Alert specialty may raise initiative even higher. Yes, the book is dumb.
Why?
Yes, I hate it. Yes.
Everybody, I'm pretty sure, hates a lot of their wording.
Okay,
This is why I read it 5 times the first time I looked at it.
Okay, in that case, I have 8.
Okay, I'm back.
Great. You are currently floating about 50 feet above the ground.
Wait, I am?
No.
No.
Roll your initiative.
That
1 dice.
For initiative.
1 dice plus dexterity survival alert.
That will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Also, I have to say,
Alright.
I really hate the fact that they say that it may raise the initiative even higher.
Yeah. Earlier in the book, they say to just add it. Which is, like, so dumb, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Just in case you need it, I think. Yeah. 3 of us have our initiatives in there.
Aurum, roll another d6.
Another
Yeah,
one?
you two are tied right now.
Yeah.
Roll another one. Okay, Aurum goes before Jet. Which is fine, considering Jet has nothing he can do.
Theoretically.
All right. So we have Dart, Baron Saint, Argus, Jet, Jovi.
I'm just gonna let it be known for the record. If we survive this, Dart's going to definitely have an existential crisis.
You need hugs.
Yes, I do. I need both IRL and in character hugs.
You
Wait,
can
why an
spare
existential
some
Talking
hugs.
could be
crisis?
so stressful. You know, who knew that talking? It could be so stressful, right?
Look, it's not the talking part that's stressful, it's the talking while lying. Dart is not tried being a liar. He is not a liar.
I have a dumb question. If you go to 0 will, what happens again?
If you have no will,
Yeah.
like, you mean max will or
no,
current?
no, like current, because I have
Oh,
one.
nothing. You just need to wait till you can re-roll it or get more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make
It doesn't-
sure.
Yeah, it doesn't fuck you over if you're at 0.
Okay.
I'm not
good.
an artist, but look at your character sheet.
I
Dart.
see. I appreciate. Can I
Alright.
get like squeeze hug with like Vector on one side and Jet on the other? Just a
Well,
puppy dog pile.
Vector's gonna have to come draw it on the other side then.
Yeah.
Vector.
Wait, where's the pen?
Upper left, there's a
Anyway.
little pen icon.
Anyway, is there a battle map that
Oh.
we'll be using, or is it just?
Oh, actually, I went ahead and double checked. If you run out of will points, you actually faint at the end of the round.
Okay.
Oh,
So that is
Yeah,
definitely.
I double checked that.
Will points?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Wait, and you can't get more will if you're knocked out, though.
Well, until the end of the encounter.
Yep. I've been
That's
sitting at
not
a
good.
solid 1 out of 3 for last half of forever, so I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Argus is 1 out of 3 as well.
Yeah. Oh, also, when it comes to will points, you also naturally regain one after a couple days. So even if you're like flat out passed out, gone beyond injured to hell and back, you'll still get one back after you rest for a while.
All right. There's hugs. There's a vector.
I love you. I love you, Beans.
Love you too. Sorry.
Oof. Okay, so I'm guessing it is a theater of the mind for this.
Yeah, I figured that I didn't know if you like where exactly you'd be fighting it, but I didn't want to map out the entire encampment just in case. So
Yeah,
yeah, we're
good call.
it's a little. It was a little bit too open-ended for me to like want to make like 15 maps, and I also didn't know if you'd end up taking the deal. I didn't think you would, but you know.
Since we're like here, like my kind of like biggest hesitation is like, me, I'm like, I want to like take the deal just to GTFO, but I'm also in the back of mind worried there's just going to be some weird like voodoo magic that's just going to be like, yeah, if you like try to enter like Oran Grove, you will just die.
Voodoo curse, yes.
Yeah, I don't want to be like the deal is sealed, and then some weird runes appear on our paws, and it's just like, oh, or just like Thanos snap, and like the entire group is now teleported outside the town.
He uses future sight. The second we try to enter town, it hits us.
Bluff. But now that we're here, we tried desperately to avoid the situation for like the last like 40 minutes, but we're here.
Yep.
actually, maybe we should slide over to Vector and Azurith before we actually start combat.
I was actually thinking about that. Yeah.
I agree.
That's if they do want to do thing. Because there's things that they could do, but I don't know if they want to.
Good question. I don't know what exact to do because I don't know what has been presented.
Well, you guys are going back to town to do the berry stuff, so...
What else could we do about it? Because all we can do is just observe, I think.
You
mean,
Well, you could always
Yeah.
join. You could always join in on the creation process. You could go outside and like outside of Miss Shimmers' place and help with rescue efforts.
Yeah.
You could rally the troops to attack the camp.
I mean, out of character, the more you progress on the cure, the less likely it's to be messed up.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, honestly, like, it would be good to, I would be down to help with the potion. Also, that I'm really curious what you could do with these berries now.
True.
And then the brewing process turns out to be nothing more than just boiling a pot of water, throwing the berries in, and calling it good.
I feel, I don't know why, but I thought for a moment we're gonna start making like like um snowberry cider or something. Like that's the potion. We'll make
This is
cider.
what this is when Taldarius plops down a module he's had sitting there, which is literally just like the curry making mini game from Sword and Shield.
Oh my god, I would love that.
There's better. Cooking mom was better.
Okay, I have a picture I
The
have to
Pokken
send.
making one.
Sweetheart, do you remember that time we made sandwiches?
Oh yes.
Oh god, no. Scarlet Violet is jank. Oh.
Or
goodness.
the berry blender from Ruby and Sapphire.
Okay, that one's not bad.
And then
I just need to find
Suddenly-
the tasty. Go on.
Process it well.
And then suddenly the Sisters of Battle show up. Truly a dangerous circumstance.
Wait, Sisters of Battle. Wait a second. This isn't.
I have saved objects. I have like entire Warhammer lists that I play on tabletops in. But no.
Okay, perfect. I have the tasty Avi and Seda original.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Real quick, Taldarius, Seda, and others, Scar Dev channel. I can't decide which one we should use for the live images.
Could we actually make a version of the
What?
logo that actually puts all the text below?
What
a
is
small
that
font?
sandwich?
It's a
That's
tasty.
not a sandwich. That's a multi-hot dog.
It's a
Ah,
tasty
I can have
Avi and Seda original.
Yeah, multiple hot dogs.
I mean, I guess it does have a lot of noodle in it. Noodle dogs.
What were you asking?
I
about,
definitely like it better with the actual like words that make up Scar there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I'll get me right to work.
Yeah, no, I like the size of the first one, but I probably would say like put all the text below it, maybe just slightly smaller.
Yeah. Alright. That's enough distraction from the game here.
Everyone take a deep breath.
I'm dead.
Oh.
Avi cute.
But very cute.
Phasmophobia death.
All right. So, do you guys want to do a scene where you help in creation of cure?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Along the way back, what ends up happening is that Miss Shimmers and Bipen stop at a what appears to be a place that is a fair bit outside of town and in one of the like least devastated areas from the slicing rain. As it was focused majority on the town center, the outlying areas are not nearly as damaged. There is still signs of occasional damage, however. Now, what they end up getting there is this strange little white-yellow flower where there's a bunch of really small blooms on it that make up what appear to be little puffs. And based on the conversation previously, as well as what they talk about with the person that's the mom that's there manning the store, is that they're buying some yarrow.
Out of curiosity, how do you spell that?
Yarrow. If you look it up, you'll probably recognize it when you see it.
Got it, thank you.
And just to make sure that we're with Miss Shimmers,
Yeah.
correct? With Euro.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna give a quick. I never. Like Vector's like kind of curious and never seen a Euro before. Kind of giving a small sniff just out of curiosity.
You instantly die.
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Do you ask that, or do you?
Yeah, I asked that. It's like I was just like, oh, what is this? Oh, I really don't know what this. Like, what is this? Never seen it before.
All right. It doesn't really have much of a. It has a very strong smell that you can't quite place. It doesn't really have a very like. You can't point to it and go, oh, this smells good. Oh, this smells bad. It has one of those very weird in between smells. And Bipen will go ahead and explain to you why yarrow is important. Yarrow is very common, can be found in a lot of places. And if you crush it up and make it right, it can be used to help with fever. It can also help with other problems. You have to be very careful. There are other plants that very much look like yarrow, but are not.
I know he's saying yarrow, but is anyone else hearing him say it and thinking euro?
Yeah, that's
Nope.
what I'm
You
hearing.
know, like the Greek euro?
If it
getting
helps, the plant is
hungry.
actually named after Achilles. Because it's also able to be used as an antiseptic.
Oh,
It's also used as
Interesting.
the I think it's yarrow root helps you expel poisons because it's like it makes you vomit and induces vomiting.
Yeah, well, that's different than neutralizing bad substances that are actually in your bloodstream and the like, and you ate something bad.
Okay, true, but still medicinal.
Yeah.
I read a lot of warrior cats, okay? It is my turn to be the nerd.
How could we tell the not yarrows to the real yarrow?
The leaves are the best place. You should see. They should look a little bit hairy.
Harry.
Yes. Have you ever seen a cabbage?
Shallot.
That might be a memory check, maybe? I don't know.
We could make it a memory check. I believe what we had memory checks as was insight. It was insight, survival, perform. Although that might be a wee bit deprecated.
Big word.
I don't know why I prefer.
But you know what? Don't really have a better option for now. So yeah, let's just make it insight, survival, perform. Bit of a weird put together, but that's what's in the document, so that's what we're using.
Yeah, I
Kind of.
say
Oh, I kind of want to say, would it be okay to do insight, survival, nature, if this is recalling to kind of like information, Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? Do you guys want to make it so that way the last thing on the remember details kind of thing works based on what you're trying to remember details on?
that would make the most sense.
Huh?
All right.
Right, we're not doing logic
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 2 successes would be enough. To you it seems like a little bit of a strange plant, but you could certainly remember it. Although, like almost everything else, it's pretty hazy.
I remember a bit about it. I know what it is, but that's it.
Have you ever smelled one that's been cut up?
Not coming to mind.
Well, that's the easiest way to tell. If you crush up a year for a little bit, it should smell like cabbage. Of course, there are plenty of other things that happen to smell like cabbage.
What else smells like cabbage, out of curiosity?
Cabbage.
Just cabbage?
Hey, we summoned the shallot.
So I guess it's more or less I guess the smell is how. Would you say, Pippin, that maybe the smell is how we can tell apart, or
Well, it's best to check multiple things.
right?
That's why I mentioned the looking at the stem and the leaves. They should look a little bit here.
Vector's just kind of like nods, like kind of intently, like listening to Pippin and just nodding his head in with studious intent.
Vector bobblehead.
I'm pretty sure Azurith and
Yes.
Vector are just nodding the exact same time.
Vector and Azurith bobblehead.
But yes, it is very good at stopping bleeding. And it's also very good at helping symptoms that are similar to flu, fevers, and the like. It certainly doesn't feel good to use it, but it's certainly better than remaining sick.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part. What was it? Good at other than stop bleeding.
Fever?
Treating fever symptoms.
Okay.
Which, coincidentally, is why we're picking it up now. In case we get stopped or questioned, all we need to say is that we're going to help Miss Shimmers make another batch of yarrow tincture. Especially, it'll help if we put the, fill up your bag the rest of the way with yarrow flowers on top. That way, in case they want to take a peek, it's all nice and looks like yarrow.
Sound. Oh, it's like, huh? I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, that's actually that sounds perfect.
It is a bit of a classic trick, putting something on top to hide what's down below. I actually learned it a good while when I was working a border checkpoint going into a city. And given that it was rather mercantile in nature, I was meant to check to make sure that the merchants bringing in their goods had properly declared everything. And, of course, we ended up finding an instance where just below the surface of the barrel, at the top, there were a bunch of things that were not declared at the time. Now, obviously, they got in trouble for doing it, but I remembered it because it tends to come in handy times like that. This isn't the first time I've had to smuggle it here somewhere. Although it has been... No, carry the 174 years, I believe. I could have lost a couple in there.
Right. And Vector just kind of politely interject, right? Just kind of like, of course. But I guess more or less of, and he kind of just like looks over, like kind of looking around. It's like, so are we? Would it be here to pick it up as we're? Are we like kind of like walking as we're going down to town, or?
You stopped at an outlying.
Okay.
There's like this outlying where it's thinner and also not very damaged. If it helps, this appears to be like a forager's hut, where like someone who goes and harvests useful plants and berries and the like will sell their goods. There's little buckets and bins of a lot of plants and the like that are around.
All right. Okay. So like they're kind of like looks around, like, oh, so we would be able to find it here, right?
Yes, that is why we are stopping here.
Oh, Vector, Vector is. It's like, oh, awesome. He's like kind of like Vector's like, would you actually be able to show me? I'm actually kind of curious how. Like I would like to see one in person.
Well, they did have the. They did already pick out a fair amount
Oh,
of it.
gotcha.
Remember, because you went up and
Right.
smelled it and the like.
Right. Yeah, sorry. But yeah. Oh, okay. So it's like, okay. So I guess it's like, and is it like? I guess it's more or less of like, so it would be okay to start kind of piling on top, right? It's not gonna damage, or it's not gonna, ruin the berries, is it? Kind of.
Plants are very light. No, it would be very bad if we crushed it, but we're only putting on a layer or two of more flowers. If that would have been a problem, then, well, we would have been in trouble from putting snowberries on top of each other. You do have to be delicate with it. It could ruin it if you extracted them or handled them improperly, but there shouldn't be any sort of problem by putting more plants on top.
Richard just kind of like nods, like understandably like nods. Ah, okay. Well, I guess it's and then like I guess it's like, well, I guess we could better. I guess it would be like it would be good to essentially like I guess like Vector's gonna like start like kind of like looking at the bag and like the yarrow and like kind of like slowly starts like packing on top of the berries and.
Now that we have the yarrow, all we need to do is just return to Miss Shimmers' place and just start making stuff, right?
Well, yes, but while we're here, Miss Shimmers mentioned she wanted to pick up another few useful herbs. Not anything that should be required for the tincture that we're making right now, but, well, to put it lightly, this era will probably see some use after the cutting rate. Minor nicks and wounds.
Oh, yay. Side quest.
Hey, look, just
Or
because
is
they're
it
using it as a
bonus
front doesn't mean
objective?
that it's not useful. It's more like a bonus. They're grabbing it right now to help cover, but it's not like they're like going out of their way to grab something useless. This will be used, just not in the cure.
Mhm.
It's kind of like, as opposed to having a truck full of contraband, it's having, a single, Lego-sized brick of contraband, in an entire Lego set.
And you're using that Lego set.
Vector and Azurith is learning how to be smugglers.
Oh god.
Oh no! This is not on my list of things to do today.
Yep.
Welp.
Well, Vector's just, yeah, go ahead.
Miss Shimmers will come back with additional plants. Some of which are smaller, some of which are bigger, and some of which you could swear are fruits. There's a rather big one that is very, very orange on the outside. Pretty large, very orange. And there are a couple of berries that look like they're almost heart-shaped. Very pink, very heart-shaped.
Oh, that's curious.
How long is
And
Oh, go ahead.
And Miss Shimmers is going to go up to Azurith and ask if he has any room in his bag to carry these, because they don't want to accidentally crush the snowberries.
Well, in his bag, he just has rope, rations, a book still, an Aurum berry, a sack of coins, and a dim crystal ball.
Yep. So you should have plenty of room to put a handful of plants and a couple of berries that I don't know if you've seen before, and one that you absolutely have no clue what you're looking at. I mean, it seems like you might have seen it before, but it also, like, looking at it, it just looks like a very round orange ball.
Huh. Some of these are unusual.
Oh, yes, but they should all be very useful. A couple of these I wasn't planning on picking up because I didn't think that there'd be any in stock. Thankfully, it seems like, well, regardless of what else has happened today, we were lucky on this. Although where they got this one, I don't know.
May I ask what some of these are?
Oh, yes. Let's focus on the ones that'll be important for us. You see these, those heart-shaped pink ones?
Uh-huh.
Those are known as pecha berries. They are... well, they're rather commonplace, but normally they don't grow too well this time of year. Thankfully, they happen to have a couple in decent shape. They are most commonly used to cure something known as the poison status condition. It doesn't work against, well, eating things that are bad for you as well, but it does provide some minor relief for that, so as you may guess, there is a rather noticeable overlap in what we want and what it can provide us.
Ooh.
Hector kind of like looks at one. It's like, after this, would you be able to kind of show us where, or more or less of, if you don't mind, and this is obviously a little bit after the whole thing is resolved. Would love to know a little bit more about these.
Well, I have the feeling that I'll be rather busy, but maybe Bipen could show you a thing or two.
Right. Hector just like, right. Oh, sorry.
And I'll betcha that we'll enjoy what he tells us. Teaches us. Giving a small pun. Get it? Because Pecha and Betcha?
I'll be honest, when you said small pun, I thought that I just missed you saying, breach us or something like that.
My puns
Like an
never
awful pun
go
like that.
through.
No, that's fine, that's fine. But, the other one is, well, a bit more curious. It only started showing up, well, it's much more recent than berries that we're used to. It has some sort of strange name that I can't quite remember. It is a fruit of some kind, though, and it has a very interesting quality of making medicines more potent.
Ooh.
They're generally considered very rare, but like I said, I don't know exactly where they got their hands on one, but I'll certainly pay for it in a circumstance like this.
Does that mean we would be able to make more doses?
I think it'd be more accurate to say that the doses we can make would be more potent, and so we could spread it out a bit. Effectively, yes, more doses, but, well, just to be clear that this won't help us in the amount we can make, but we could give less to each patient.
Well, that's good.
It is, but you'll have to remember that it means that you can't give too much of it to anyone. The more potent a tincture is, the carefuler you have to be about the amount that different mobs take.
Oh, a balancing act.
Yes, so while it will allow us to have more of the cure, it does mean that we'll need to be much more careful in how we give it out. A worthy sacrifice, in my opinion, but one that must be thought of and kept in our minds.
Azurith notes?
Hector also nods in agreement. It makes sense.
But yes, these are the ones that we shall be caring about today. The others, not as important. No, I think it's best that we go and make sure that I still have enough equipment to make the cure.
Mhm. And
You were near my place when the slicing rain happened. Did you happen to look at the damages to the equipment, or were you in, well, a bit of a hurry?
We were in your cellar, so I think it's fine down there.
though I can't really say anything above it per se.
We also had to deal with one of a more aggressive, best way to put it, purple robe guy. Very aggressive.
Oh, Vector, kind of like, as if like a light bulb, or like just or just realize. Oh, right. Yes, we did. Yeah, we did have one of the purple robes. I believe is like Azurith kind of like looks at Azurith for hopefully with confirmation. Did we tie them up? Right?
Yes, we left him down with one of the other townsfolks. A bit on the bigger side. Who said he'll watch over him?
Should be fine. Hopefully.
I'm positive everything will be alright.
Oh my god.
What?
We forgot about the hostage! We had a negotiating chip and we forgot!
I was waiting to see if you guys would remember that.
To be fair, we had like 2 months between when we acquired said hostage and then started back up, and we had all the everything else going on with the restart.
Hey, listen. That hostage could have been, we acted in self-defense. The guy attacked us first.
I know, but our negotiation would have been allowed you to be like, hey, look, you let us go, we'll let your guy go.
Yeah, that's what.
Well,
they
now
were
our
doing.
negotiations are: we knock you out, we go.
We try.
Well, the negotiations were not exactly short. But yeah, I was thinking it was very funny how you technically had a hostage the whole time, and like no one mentioned it.
I mean, look, it kind
We
of
forgot.
ran out. There's a lot going on.
I legitimately couldn't remember that we had a hostage.
I forget his name. Plus, his name is not important. He's knocked out.
To be fair, he never exactly introduced himself.
That's true. He was just, yes,
His name
go
is
fight
Hostage.
for me. Go take care of these impudent rats.
When he showed up, he was called Purple Trim. So I mean, like he wasn't exactly named.
Yeah. Damn it, I know what sound clip to go get next. Damn it, I have too many I need to get.
Anyways, yeah, I was like, well, either way, the cellar was mostly intact, but again, we don't really know which equipment is still, well, isn't damaged. So, again, probably the best we return as soon as we can.
Yes. Well, hopefully it will be relatively intact. I have some spare equipment in the cellar, but, well, let's just hope that we still have the best I have.
Mm-hmm. Victor nods.
All right, and all of you are led. Well, all of you. I mean Vector and Azurith are led back to Miss Shimmers' place, which, looking it over, it was What?
New update up in ScarDev.
Okay.
Just type in there what you guys think of those 3 options, and carry on.
All right. But yeah, you're reminded that, well, there was definitely damage enough to open the ceiling. And the truth about it is that a lot of the equipment up top has been damaged or sliced through. There are a few places that are still relatively intact, specifically those that are closer to the corners of the house. And Miss Shimmers looks understandably disappointed in this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose there's nothing for it when it comes to events like the Cutting Rain.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's better than having the whole thing gone, but yeah, Victor kind of feels a little
Well-
bad not being able to, even though it's not really his fault. Victor just kind of feels still feels bad and empathizes with it. Oh yeah, sorry.
That was a trick.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah, you are all led downstairs back into the cellar, where, upon descending, you see the one rather bored-looking white robe still just sitting there, between the last couple barrels down the way.
Kind of look at I kind of look at the do we still see the purple trims still there?
Well, purple trim, you pushed him back into the corner where like he's behind multiple barrels.
Oh, right.
Kind of like drop off so I assume that like we already like dropped off like all the materials and everything to Miss Shimmers already, correct? Like yeah.
Well, like your backpacks are kind of filled with the stuff that she wanted.
I don't think we've set them down yet. We're still trying to find
okay.
equipment to
Yeah.
use.
You
Right.
just went down into the basement.
Oh, gotcha. Yep.
Where immediately Miss Shimmers starts going through the various boxes and the like that were all down here, and pulling out what looks to be much smaller versions or much cruder looking versions of the kind of equipment that you saw upstairs. You don't really have nearly enough knowledge to even begin to guess exactly what each one does, except for the very basics like a mortar and pestle.
Mhm.
Especially given that you've seen that particular one at work before. But rather quickly, she does start to get set up and does look rather glad that even though it's not perfect, especially considering the fact that, like, a lot of her best equipment has been destroyed, it is a good thing considering the fact that the water barrels were stored down here, and they had little taps on them, so she still has access to her stored up water. Which, she's happy because of convenience. Because I don't believe anyone's told her that the way that they were spreading the poison around was through the water supply.
You're right. Wait a second. Can we put
Hint,
two
hint,
and
nudge,
two?
nudge, tell her.
Can we put 2 and 2 together? The stored up water comes from is probably contaminated by the poison.
Oh, yeah.
You could certainly remember the main like delivery method that they were using, but you also do have to you have no clue how long this water has been here. Because if you remember, like, these barrels were big enough that on their side, Vector was able to climb up on top of them.
True.
And high enough that he wanted help getting down.
We do know that these are water barrels, right?
I mean, presumably, considering that she does mention that she's happy that the barrels are still intact. And you do see that a couple of them have pipes that are leading up into, like, the house proper. Obviously, like, defunct right now, but it does appear like these barrels are wired, or, like, in the system, as it were.
Oh, stored water. That's probably not contaminated from the Gleam when they went and poisoned the water, is what Shay told us. Right? Smiling.
The what?
Oh, right. So the way the poison got around, Alabaster Gleam kind of poisoned the water supply.
And Vector just kind of gives a big face palm, realizing, oh, right, they poisoned you with the water, with the well water. And
we should have told you this minutes ago.
Yes. I do believe that would have been rather pertinent. Yes.
Vector's just kind of like, again, just face palming on, just ladder, just so caught up by everything into, like. But yes, is there any were these, and is there any water that weren't, or that was stored before they came?
Well, it's good that you told me, not because it's a problem, but because, well, if we don't want to be stuck constantly treating new cases, we need to know what happened. But this is not good. My water, I don't take water from the well. It's dangerous to take too much from a well because it risks over-tapping it and the well drying. So I actually would hire the local team to go off and effectively run water missions when they had no better missions to do, but they poisoned the well?
That's what Shade told us.
Speaking of, where is Shade in all this?
Because you wanted to leave, like, majority of the NPCs back at town, I just went, hey, it kind of makes sense that he'd be sticking around at town for now in order to help out with rescue efforts, and specifically due to the tension that was kind of happening between him and Jack, who also
Fair
you
enough.
did not take with you. So, out of game, that's what's been going on with Shade. In game, it was sort of like a, hey, got things to do here.
Hmm.
So, is there any water that's definitely uncontaminated?
All of my water should be uncontaminated. Like I said, I would hire the local rescue team to fill it up in a nearby lake and then bring it back.
Like, I'm kind
But-
of looking. Oh yeah, go ahead.
That's because it's dangerous to overtap a well because it can make it run dry. So I didn't want to be filling up these large barrels using the town's closest water supply. But if they've been poisoning the well, we may need to just dig a new one. Otherwise, I don't know if I don't know how long it'll take before it'll be safe to drink out of that well again.
Right. Though, at the moment, I would say what we may need to do is that probably need to close up that well but most importantly, I think it'd be good to we can get that cure going too. How far is it from here?
How far is what from here?
Sorry. So the well. Essentially, what we can do is probably if it, I don't think the well was closed up, was it?
If it helps, on the map.
On the map. Okay.
The well by the inn.
By the end, yeah.
By the
In
end.
the town center.
Yeah.
And we're not by the inn right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you know,
Right.
it's literally in the town
I'm
center.
just
You walk
I'm
past
just
it a
kind of
lot,
saying
you
in
would've seen
character.
it.
Right. Just trying to say in character from Miss Shimmers. So,
Yeah.
I guess for now, what I can do here is I could quickly run up and see if we can close it up for now, and just to kind of prevent other people from drinking from it.
Well,
But
it's not the best solution, but well, do you happen to have sharp teeth?
Quick, Vector, make a scary face.
do mine count?
Oh.
Azurith just beams a smile with his motioning to his pointy jaw thingy, snappy.
I don't think mine is sharp.
That might work. Just it might be best to just cut off the rope entirely. I don't know if you could find a good cover for it, but cutting off the rope and taking the bucket means that it'd certainly be a lot harder to get the water out of the well.
Well, I guess we could do that.
There's a couple other wells around town. Obviously, the one that's most used is in the town center.
We're gonna have to go around and cut them all. Okay. Now, question. What should we tell the Alabaster Gleam if they do come to show up and question us?
That, Idea. Take the buckets with you after you cut it, and make sure that they're filled up with the water. Obviously, don't drink it, but you can say that you're gathering water for me, so you had to take the buckets really quickly because I needed water for an emergency yarrow batch to help out with the wounds from the slicing rain.
Understood.
If they ask you, just say something like, the water in my cellar got cut through, so there's a bit of flooding, and I don't have my water stores. That should get them off your back.
Nice.
All right.
Also,
sounds-
speaking of nearby Alabaster Gleam, Azurith's gonna go look over to the Alabaster Gleam behind the boxes.
All right. It's only been like a couple of hours since you left, and they are still passed the fuck out.
Oh.
Nice. Also, should
Because again,
mention,
like, you know, it's only been like a couple hours, so.
should mention the knocked out guy is here. Big guy. Sorry, big guy. I forgot your name. You're doing well, right?
Never introduced myself.
No, I don't think so. But now could be a good time.
Oh, it wasn't a question, I was stating it.
Oh, do you just want to be big guy or This feels awkward. Maybe we should just go get the buckets with
Yeah,
Vector.
let's go get the buckets.
Azurith will leave his bag downstairs.
Excuse me, before you go, what do you mean when you say the captured one?
So, you know, did we mention that we had to knock out one of them down your cellar?
Oh, a
No.
lot has happened while you were away.
Long story short, when Slicing Rain happened, we went down here. There were a couple of villagers. You know, we were telling the villagers that, hey, we know the cure, snow bears and such. A purple robe trim guy was down here, didn't like it, and told the villagers to attack us. We persuaded the villagers to not. And so, we kind of turned against him, knocked him out, tied him up, put him in the corner.
And
Desperate times call for desperate measures. It was self-defense.
yeah, I'm really sorry. A lot has happened while you were during your absence.
So you're using my cellar as a prison?
More or less, we had to use it as a shelter during the slicing rain, and I mean, if we weren't the one who started it, but something had to be done. Worst case, they could have possibly destroyed this place too. Maybe even ruined this, but none of this would have been possible. So we had to take action.
Should we move him?
I kind of like looking over, seeing that like still kind of passed out. Honestly, I think best now is probably to help Miss Shimmers, and we really need to get those buckets.
Huh.
I kind of go to the and I kind of go to the big guy like, again, thank you so much for keeping an eye out so far. Well, just a little bit longer. Again, thank you. And Vector just kind of like starts making his way out to the stairs. And then while walking past, I was like walking past Miss Shimmers, like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and get those buckets, and then we'll come back as soon as we can.
All right. Well, just remember that if they try to stop you, just mention that you need to grab water for me as fast as possible.
Vector nods and understandingly nods, like, got it.
Azurith nods too. Running upstairs. With the cling, 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 cling of his scales.
Azurith, you're not exactly sure which is louder, the rickety stairs or your clanging. It's the kind of stairs that, like, when you go up and down them fast, they do, like, you know, the squeak.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
I vote
then-
his
and
And
Stairs.
clank,
stairs.
clank, 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 clank. Probably
vote.
scales, but
I vote that his scales are always louder than whatever's going on around.
No.
So no matter what, we could be at a rock concert and just can't hear anything, and yet he moves and we just hear that clang.
It's symbols all over again.
Look, I'm just imagining just an F-16 taking off.
Louder than a jet engine. Just like clink, 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 clink.
Oh no. Yes. You
So
hear
I'm-
Valstra. Forgive me.
I'm
Monster
just
Turtle.
imagining like the little scale is a mommy scale reading bedtime story to baby scale, and baby scale is like,
Do you know the Monster of Valstrax meme? Because Valstrax is just a jet dragon. He's louder than a Valstrax. I was like, shoot, Valstrax theme. Wait, what Valstrax theme? I can't hear him over Azurith. What? Ambush.
That's how we determine if something's coming up or trying to sneak up on us, is we just listen for the we just listen for the clanging of the scales to get slightly louder.
Da, 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 da. Clank, 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 clank. Azurith, why are your scales so loud? I have no idea.
I do want to ask, would this be a good time to switch over to the other group?
it probably would, because the
Right.
this thing kind of came to a good end. I was about to, but I was letting you guys have your jokes. Little
Jokes are fine.
yokes.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, heading on back to the other group, they are left with what appears to be like a this is my final offer, take it or leave. 3 days, and you get your information.
and we said no.
You said no.
But we technically haven't actually initiated combat, and now we remember about our hostage.
Yeah, you already rolled battle initiative.
Oh.
We did.
Anyways, first my battle music. Yes, Voldo's theme. Kidding.
Dart, Jolene? Dark?
I
Yes.
saw Jolene's mic light up.
Oh. But
We seen swap back.
I know we've seen Salt back, but also I'm also looking at the clock.
yes,
Oh,
I
crap,
am
it
getting
is-
very guilty.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
Oh yeah,
realize.
it is 250. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
When there's not enough hours in the day to have enough Starlight.
I'm feeling that
Doing
with
enough
basically
hours in
all
the
of our
night?
tabletop games.
Would
Look, I'm
that
just
be-
saying it because this is current game that is not enough hours in day for game.
I was about to say, so should we start creating Starlight savings?
Starlight savings? Huh?
You know, like daylight savings.
Instead of daylight savings.
Oh,
We just
Starlight savings.
we just
You
start
said-
getting all of our communities to petition the government to add another 3 hours to Saturdays.
I think that would be
No.
great.
That
No.
would be horrible. You would have to.
Just fuck up everything.
That
Yeah,
would
that
fuck
would
up
be-
everything, and you would have to get so many people. Like we would have to have thousands of people watching us first, and I mean
But we need a lot more than that.
You would need
millions.
most of the world to do that before the government would be like, "Oh yeah, no, you have enough sway." But yeah, I'm
Okay,
getting
okay,
very
so-
nosy.
One of you guys needs to basically like go on a play the long game here. We need to enter politics, and you need to launch a campaign for the presidency. I may be biased, but I vote Vector, President Vector.
Wait, what?
Wait, President Vector? Oh no, who's his gonna be secretary?
Look, just before anyone gets any ideas, I do not like government, and I will not take a government position.
But we could give government-mandated fursuits.
That is very true.
Still don't like government.
Listen, what needs to happen is to say to get your TF lab working properly and become popular enough with that.
What if we have
Oh, no,
government-mandated anti-government?
I hate to be a spoil sport, but I'm getting to the point where it is very hard to function at all. Which could be a
Alright.
mixture of time and my vitamin level. So, need
Alright.
to do this.
In that case, we're going to express move over to like, dislike, improve, burning thought idea section, and we're going to start with the Jolene.
Yes. So I very much liked getting to bullshit with the Abra, because I was very much doing a lot of what I did for the sake of in-game taking up time to make sure they could get there before going and doing the schwack. But I dislike the Abra, because damn it, he's one of the silver tongues. Cocky motherfucker. I can't combat that very well. But could be improved. 10 out of 10, not enough Bipen.
Not enough Bipen? Okay.
Not enough Bipen. There will never be enough Bipen, though, because I love him because he is ridiculous in a good way.
In a good way.
Burning thought or idea, are we going to get absolutely wrecked and then something step in and wreck the Abra? That is the
Who
burning
knows?
question. Only two things know, and that is God and the storyteller. And I'm pretty sure they're both the same thing in this case. And with that, I am going to do the hoppings of the off.
Alright.
May
Have a good
Tal
night.
Darcius have mercy on your soul.
Can
I
we
will be seeing you next week.
Yes. Also, if you figure out XP, can somebody fix it on there and just DM me or ping me so I know to change it in my notes?
Also, I think you mean Darius.
Yeah. Good night. Bye.
Have a good
Night.
Yeah.
Alright, going back to the top of the list then, Aurum.
I liked getting to tear a hole into the tent. I didn't like that effectively my sneak attack meant nothing. Because he just pops back in and sees me right at the end and say, oh, okay, there's another one.
Well, to be fair, it was more like everyone left the tent, and like he wasn't paying attention to what was happening inside the tent, but he was like, I'm gonna make sure that they don't just use this opportunity to leave, because like that would be really dumb of me.
Yeah, I'm just sad that he ended up seeing me, and my tackle did nothing. Something that could be
I won't say it
improved.
didn't. I won't say it didn't do
Sorry.
anything. It's just that he kind of he kind of did the, hey, I'm gonna pretend like it didn't hurt me, even if it did, no matter how much or how little.
Yeah, you kind of just don't like, you don't have the school bully go, ow, that really hurt.
Well,
They just like straight face, like, yeah, you
They
did like
just-
you did 1% of damage, if that.
well,
mean
it
nothing.
worked on scaring Argus a bit. And something that could be improved is my attack power. Clearly.
Well, I found the brute.
Argus is the brute. He's just the brute who's scared of hitting. Usually. Right now, he's angry, but now he's also a little scared. Hi. Angie scared.
All right. And burning thought idea question, yada yada yada.
burning thought idea. Are we actually going to be able to take him out? I'm hoping so, but don't know for sure. That for me.
All right. Azurith. The RZ Azurith.
What I liked was, funnily enough, the shenanigans. I liked it. They felt enjoyable. They made me laugh. The most, I smiled all day. Something I don't like. Slash could have been better. Player memories.
Yeah.
Even though I'm part of that issue too, where I forget things. Let's see, burning thought idea. Miss Shimmers will be fine. Being just, working on the stuff while we go find the buckets, right? And I'm sure the rest of the crew will be fine, right?
Right.
We're all dead. You're already dead.
Jet, you're already dead.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's not like boss music is playing right now. We'll be fine. I can't hear anything over my loud scales.
Megalovania is playing. Not that you
Hey,
know.
you do know he's a teleporter.
We
Oh,
do.
no.
Honestly, that's why Argus wouldn't know the conversation. But in my mind, I was just like, Jolene, please do not say that they're already back, because he will just teleport back. He will just teleport and drag her all the way back to camp. Sorry. Hi.
All right. And is that your list?
Yes, that is my list. I know I'm not as great as the others, but it just comes
No,
to me.
you're
Just
doing
like,
just fine.
okay.
There have literally only been 2 others that went.
Yes.
I feel like this every week.
Fine. All right. Next up, the Seda Dart.
I like how competent Baron Saint is. Jumping back from last week, I think, even though like we actually had technically scenes that were longer, I think we actually did a really good balance between the two main scenes going on. Not that I felt any particular need to like spike my combat anxiety anymore, but I at least felt like we had a really fun balance between the silly shenanigans on the side. That was a nice chill shopping episode basically, and oh god, are we going to die?
Yeah, on one side it's, hey, what's this berry do? Oh, what does this flower smell like? On the other, member of team being hoisted into the air, not under their own power, while the other one threatens you. Like, while the big bad threatens you and goes, "Hey, if you don't take my deal, I'm gonna really make you wish you did."
As for basically, I just actually liked just how, I actually also really just liked that contrast, and I just liked how, again, competent Baron Saint is as a villain. But also very forgiving. Like, they are absolutely within their right to basically just be like, "Yep, lights out, raise the alarms," but but they're playing with the food. I appreciate that. That they're being a competent bad guy. What I didn't like, actually, is like nothing game mechanic wise. It's something that, if we live through all this, is definitely going to be a lot of character growing moments. Because definitely us as characters, we didn't go in. We decided, hey, we're going to try instinct. Completely backfired on us. We definitely need to plan for the future. Think about some, essentially courses of action before we go into a potential negotiation, and be on the same page. But that is less, player tabletop or like mechanic thing. It's just more of our characters are definitely showing the level oneness, and it could definitely be improved.
Yeah.
It's like, gee, I hope we live through this because we definitely have a lot to learn. And burning thought or idea. I feel like the biggest burning thought is how much is Baron Saint not telling us that we think we know that they that we're keeping them in the dark on. Because I actually feel like on paper optimistic about the fight. But I'm just worried of how much our failed subterfuge has actually potentially messed up the other side of the operations, and I'm kind of worried about that.
All right.
Wow, what's the worst that
But-
could happen?
Oh, look, 4 jets.
Yay!
Wait, huh? What do you mean
No.
4 jets?
No.
Fighter jets?
Since
Wait.
when?
Fox 2? Fox 2?
Since when do people want Jet around? Like, jeez, he's dead. You really want just a rotting corpse around?
You know there's people who like that. There's
Moving swiftly along.
Made me leave.
Now I want to pull up the meme of the DK rap, and it goes like, "He's dead." DK, Donkey Kong. Okay, yeah. Moving along to the Jet Zim.
What I liked. Definitely some fun little moments, listening to the other group. What I didn't like so much was the, back and forth with, our group. It just... kind of like, Seda. It's like, we're definitely not on the same page, and I'm sitting here like, I don't want to mess up their plans, but I have no fucking clue what the hell he's going on about with the whole, oh no, I don't care about saving people. Let's just, let's see what happens with this. And I'm like, what? Who?
Yeah.
Huh? Burning thought or idea, I think we're going to get absolutely destroyed. Namely because we are in the middle of their camp. And we know that there are several of the purple robed ones there, or purple trim, whatever.
Yeah.
We know there are several of them there. They are probably going to help their boss if they find out that he's in battle. And, well, I don't think we're going to be able to keep it quiet. Plus, there's also the fact that Jet literally isn't going to be able to do anything while he's floating in midair.
Charge stone's a ranged attack.
Well, that depends on...
Yeah, it doesn't stop you from attack. It stops you from moving, not taking actions.
Yes, but... Okay, I should say, Taldarius, are the same restrictions that Rygon put on it is still in effect? Because Rygon was very particular about it had to be I had to touch a stone in order to charge the stone and throw it.
Argus can throw rocks at you.
Which would be your turn.
Fair.
So if that same restriction is in place, then Jet is completely useless. He has no other ranged moves.
Wait, can't you Shadow Sneak?
It counts as a movement ability.
Yeah, I already tried that.
I missed that one
Yeah.
because of the...
Yeah, you try to use that to get out of it. It counts as a thing. I'm guessing that rock throw on your sheet takes the place. Charge stone takes the place of rock throw.
Yes.
Okay.
Rock throw.
I just wanted to
So rock
check
throw
that.
has the same stats except slightly lower accuracy, and charge stone has chance of paralysis. I don't have an actual custom card for charge stone.
All right.
But yeah, outside of removing the restriction Rygon put on it, which, well, I've kind of shared my opinion on that restriction anyways. Jet's useless right now. He's got Lick and he's got Nuzzle and Thunderfang. All of which require him to be right next to them.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Shadow Sneak requires movement, which can't do, and Charge Stone requires a stone, which he does not have.
Yeah. So what I will say is that, like, in this circumstance, I'm fine with like, so long as you have rocks within a certain range, you could, like, yeet them using the move. But in the future, if you get in weird circumstances, might I recommend just, like, having a few, like, small rocks just in your bag?
I still very much disagree with that whole restriction in the first place.
I'm going to have to agree.
Well,
with
okay.
Simon.
The way that it's been explained to me is that it was a part of the original moves balancing act thing. That's how it got explained to me. So,
No.
is there, like, a different thing for it? Okay,
What's the power?
because that's how it
buff?
got explained to me when I was asking after thingamabobbers.
I definitely would not have said that. That was...
Would this be a better discussion after we do the wrap
Probably.
up? Because Abby's gonna.
Probably, yeah. Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's my thought and stuff. Off to Abby. If Abby's awake.
Sorry, I'm here.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the Abby's turn. I'm just saying it's the Abby's turn.
Oh, what I liked about it, again, I would say, like, I really like the kind of, like, the balance on this, between the scenes. It's really, really good. Heck, even even the, I'm trying to, I really like the tension of with, like, how, like, story wise, like, how there's, like, a lot of tension between with Baron and the other group as well. Like, really enjoying that. But I'm also really enjoying kind of just having a learning learning a lot of new stuff. Kind of just taking it by stride, and also learning how to smuggle berries. So that, yeah, I really enjoyed it. What could be what I didn't like? Nothing really in particular. I thought it was, no major issues. And burning questions. More or less, will Vector need to have leftover herbs and medicine for the other team? I really do hope. I really do hope that they make it. So, but and hopefully we'll be able to, whether or not we'll get the cure there as soon as possible. But yeah.
We're all
Alright.
dead.
Yes, obviously everyone is dead.
No.
Oh no.
No.
We were just talking about rocks. They fall.
Like,
But the rocks didn't exist in the first place.
you enjoyed Slicing
Yes.
Rain. Now get ready for the sequel, Falling
No.
Rocks.
The rockruffs and the rock type all fell.
Oh.
we do have a rock type on hand to fall.
Wait.
I'm very good at falling.
Argus, be careful! If you fall, everything else will fall. Argus, don't.
Bleh.
Yeah. But yeah.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll go and wrap up the stream then. Unless there's anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Alright. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us today for Starlight New Dawn. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that allows us to continue to bring these streams to you all. We really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by checking out all the lovely beans that also participate in this game. They're going to be here in the chat as well as in the description down below. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Have a cute.
Say it cute.